energy.
Hi! Welcome to On the Rise for the last time.
Coming in hot.
Coming in at you hot. Look how hot we all are. Everyone make your hot faces.
I only know Magnum, and I haven't quite gotten Blue Steel down. I'm not gonna do it though.
Alright.
We have to make an NPC that hates Doran.
Players.
Because you're a wizard.
Wait, what?
Hates all the players. That's just the thing.
Wait, an NPC who hates all the players? Oh, my NPCs. Not by design, by actions in the game. So, welcome to our stream, already in progress for the last time. We're trying a little bit more ominous tone now, so we're going to say everyone's name for the last time. That's just the formula we're going to use for the rest of the show tonight.
The last time.
The last time.
It's basically the new, like, you know, in bed after reading a fortune cookie.
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
For the last time.
Like, whenever you read a fortune cookie, you, like...
Oh, I
You
understand
will
now.
undoubtedly come into unexpected riches for the last time.
Yeah, see? It's really good.
It is.
It's dark.
It's dark, like
Edgy.
the bark on the inside of a cave tree.
Why is the tree in a cave?
Because it's dark. For the last time. Alright.
I
Cool.
want a cave tree.
Yeah.
That sounds...
You have a cave? Because that's a prerequisite.
It's prerequisite for cave trees.
I don't have a cave.
The name of your next campaign arc should be For the Last Time.
For the cave trees. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Just as always, a truly unknowable energy that we're bringing to D&D tonight.
This is good. I'm glad that everyone is joining us, or in the process of joining us, or having already joined us, or not going to join us at all. I think that covers everybody. Cool. For those of you who aren't joining us, no, Kevin's here.
That's why I said mine.
Under here, somewhere. So I guess we'll thank Kevin first. Thank you, Kevin McLeod. Okay.
For the last time.
For the last time. Cool. 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 Cool.
Twitter? I think this is going really well.
This is great. We have a Twitter.
Twitch, you're on it.
We're on Twitch. You're on it for the last time. Cool. We're on Twitch as well. We are. We have evidence. We are on YouTube, I think. Dora?
Yes.
Thanks
You're welcome.
for putting us on YouTube.
You're very welcome. We have a website also.
We have a website also for the last time.
No,
and
it will continue.
It's now updated with the descriptions of all of the characters from this campaign.
It is not, because most people have not sent them to me.
Written in its entirety by those respective players, and in no way Tardy or anything else. Definitely not written by Dora, because you'd be able to tell. Because that'd be snarky.
I do have a very specific writing style.
Yes. For the last
Uses
time.
letters and punctuation.
Yeah.
It does. That's actually one of its defining aspects.
Yes.
My writing style uses writing. Read and write.
Style.
What languages do you speak? Read and write. All right.
Speak and spell.
Speak and spell. Play with me. All right. Cool. So that does it for our show.
That's definitely our best announcements ever.
I don't... Roll20 Spotlight. Thank you. Got it.
Character art is on the website.
Character art.
Not for this campaign yet, though.
Yep.
Yeah,
Lies.
but just check it anyway, okay?
Yep.
Just do it.
Just check it for the last time. All right,
Anyway.
cool. Well, last time on the Rise for the last time. We're doing good. I can do this. I get such stage fright. For
Take
the
your time.
last time.
Right.
I have 2 more pieces of pizza, so keep it up.
Okay, good. I can vamp for a while.
Oh god.
Cool. 14 minutes in. Solid. We're doing this. We got this. Only 4 hours left. Okay. Last time on the Rise. Maybe we should have some music. I usually play music during this section. I'm gonna turn on some music. It's not open. I don't know how to make it open. I should have done this ahead of time. I'm so unprepared. This is unexpected.
I'm gonna blame it on Beth.
Holly? I have the ability to make things very difficult for you in Dungeons and Dragons.
I have a very specific skill set.
Just
Literally
remember,
antagonizing friends is the thing I'm good at for the last time.
Just remember, Holly, what happened in the last campaign?
What
Remember all
happened in
those
the last
NPCs?
campaign?
Oh,
I
actually,
think
you didn't care about the NPCs.
right.
But one day
I remember
you'll
dying.
like it. Oh, what's that NPC with the fucking birds and shit?
You're not gonna kill her. You're not the DM. Go away.
Look,
The one with the shop?
yeah, the one in the
Yeah.
shop. Casey welcomes any kind of fucking chaos or madness, regardless of what, the benefits of it.
Are you
outcome
gonna
of it.
kill her as Gruth Cole?
No, I will just
Okay,
create
well then-
some really
You didn't
elaborate,
Tell the
unnecessary
audience,
plot that
Casey,
will end up in
we're
your
not
death.
actually playing tonight. We're just gonna.
We're just arguing.
We're just gonna do
So,
whatever the
but-
fuck is happening
But
right now.
I figured though that they wouldn't notice any difference.
So
They
don't
might
fuck
not,
with
but
me,
They
Holly.
might
have to
not.
at
This
least
is
Fuck you.
title the campaign, or at least
For the
this
last time.
episode.
Guys,
behind the scenes.
yeah.
This
This
is clearly.
is special
what they're missing.
features. We're playing a little known variant of D&D 5th edition.
Well, I think our audience knows that this is not a variant. This is
This
how
is
it's
not.
played.
This is literally the game. It's in the rule book. You can do
Yeah.
whatever you want as long as it's nothing. Nailed it. All right. So, are we done with the pizza yet? I can play music. Anyone have any requests? Any favorite artists they want me to play?
Music. Never mind.
Okay. So
I'm
I've been.
actually a big fan of Kevin MacLeod.
Yeah, I've been listening to some of his stuff lately. Pretty good.
Free.
Pretty free. It is good though. I like it. Like this one called Ancient Rite by Kevin MacLeod for the last time. All right.
Thanks, Kevin.
Let's start there. Last time on the Rise. Watch how professional I can be. Last time on the Rise. It's going really good. I don't remember what happened. Last time on the Rise. If I just keep saying it, we'll get there eventually. The party decided to go after
Somebody got deleted.
Dima in King Frederick got bopped.
All of his messages too.
Oh man.
He got timed out. Who got timed out?
I don't
Someone
know.
got timed
I don't
out.
know. Somebody fix that. Mod team, get on that.
I don't know how to fix that.
It's
No,
alright.
it's just for 1 second. It just.
It's a Rickroll. It's a Rickroll. Don't do it.
That's if you don't like that song.
Will
Where's that
actually
link?
be my last time out for the last.
Cool.
Actually had
so,
that album on cassette tape, so
the party went after Dima through a portal after one of their members, a Doran Geos, was turned into a statue. A condition that would eventually fix itself.
I got better.
Well, I got better. Turn me into a statue. So, through the portal they went to find themselves in a lair of intrigue and mystery for the last time. No, you're going to actually be in more layers of intrigue and mystery again. Trying to navigate their way through a trapped entry into what is perhaps Dima's own little happy Polly Pocket dimension. And only a couple of them managed to get bopped by the various spell effects, leaving them all manner of mentally disheveled, more so than usual. And there were a lot of bones. Living up to its name, the Bone Daughter was surrounded by bones in many locales. Party made its way through the various rooms of this pocket dimension to find themselves finally stepping through a mirror into a large altar ritual chamber with a river of not just blood, but everything else that isn't bone. So that would be liquefied duck, skin, entrails, O trails, P trails, Q trails, R trails,
Just alphabets.
spleens, that stuff from your eye that, like, when you wake up in the morning, it's just like there. Yeah, so it just all sorts of nasty stuff. And from this river of varying stuff came these blobular masses filled with mouths, gibbering all sense of nonsense towards the party, driving them to lose turns and generally be confused in battle. Dima seemed to have decided on a final form for her daughter, that of a bone dragon wormling, which the daughter, during the course of the fight, was able to achieve her final form for the last time. However, the party was able to defeat Dima as she gave her last bit of vitality to save her darling bone daughter dragon for the last time, and it fled out of view. The party finds itself now in this altar chamber. Their fallen NPC companion, Aldous Goldspark, torn apart by several crits in a row, lies on the steps of the altar. Two cells on either side in the corner of the room. Both appear to have figures sort of huddled into them. And you all seem to have your wits about you again for the last time. Roleplay.
Has any... So we've seen the two great things, like the bars.
Cages,
Bars?
cells.
Yeah,
Oh.
thank you. I don't know.
Hey, hey.
Those
where
were
have you been?
words. Yeah. Is everybody okay?
It went that way.
I think it's well beyond our reach at the moment.
What? It doesn't know the area, does it? You might be flying in the circle.
Hey, how
Flies
is it?
back through the door.
It can
Oh, hey.
can't leave though, right?
I'm sorry, what?
It can't leave though, right? Like, we're just down here.
I'm certain there's a way
You-
out somewhere.
You think there's a social circumstance for keeping it away? I can't leave. It's just...
It
like
would
how
just be
we're-
really awkward.
We're yelling this across the Viscera River or whatever.
Reviscera.
Awkward!
Alright, I would like to go across this bridge. Does it require a check?
For you, yes.
No.
No.
I
you can hop the 5-foot cap pretty easily.
This is Aldous?
Was.
I would like to check Aldous' pockets.
You're gonna leave me on this side alone.
What are you? Are you
Nick?
looting?
Lydia, what are you doing?
Are you looting corpse of
I'm,
somebody who fought beside us?
I'm looking for some sort of personal belonging we can bring back to his family.
And
Well,
coin,
I do not.
likely.
I do not think it is our duty to be
I don't
taking
care
the possessions
whose
of.
dirty duty it is.
Make an investigation roll for me, please, to see how much dirty duty you find. for the last time. Just think, this will actually be the last time you search Aldous' pockets, as he has fallen
It is dead.
and is
I'm
dead.
gonna make a point.
What's
The next
in
time,
this pocket? Oh,
the next time Katie goes down, I'm not gonna heal her. I'm gonna loot her pockets.
So, going through, there is a pouch sort of on his belt, as most adventurers do carry things they need. In it, you see a holy symbol of Pelor, his god. You also find a small coin purse with 12 gold pieces in it.
Ziliana pretends not to watch that part. How much is it? Okay.
I'm gonna ignore that all of this is happening.
I'm gonna
Is
not
that
ignore
all?
that all this
If
happening.
that's it, then I'm gonna take the holy
Initiative.
symbol.
I acknowledge.
Yeah, you don't see anything else there. He might have other pockets in his armor and stuff underneath, but honestly, that's hard to get to.
This will do for what I would like to do. I'll just take his.
You do have fairly ready access to the inside of his chest cavity, given the nature of his wounds. though.
Which is kind of
I
a
would not
pocket if
like
you
his
think about
heart.
it.
He can keep his heart. That's all right.
I'm gonna go to wherever I saw the glowing yellow eyes.
All right, that is over on this cage over there.
I will look inside.
All right. As you peer inside, you see a dwarfish creature, skin sort of this ashen gray, eyes very kind of a dark sort of golden yellow, but not in a gleaming, brilliant way, in a way sort of like the last breath of dying embers of a fire. And you can see there's this long, sort of matted, unkept white beard that hangs down from this face that's mostly shrouded by this gray cloak. And there's just like little stains of sort of dark red and crustiness all around the mouth. And he just sort of like is breathing very nasally through there. And just seems to be looking at you, somewhat huddled in the corner.
When you say dwarvish, do you mean like... Oh boy.
The last time.
Are we talking goblin or are we talking Duragar? Is it dwarf-like or is it a dwarf that looks different than a normal dwarf?
Yeah.
Dwarf-like. Could be a dwarf.
That somehow managed to be both of the two things.
This has clarified nothing.
Just sits there.
Hello? Right. Do you use words sometimes? Maybe.
Just continues on, sort of sneering at you.
Right. Do you have a name?
Continues, snarling, and you can see he just kind of like scratches on
Hands on your shoulder.
his arm sort of very, very aggressively. And you can see there are sort of, as the light pours in through the bars, you can see there are sort of tears along various pieces of his clothes that you can see he kind of just habitually is scratching.
Does he seem to me to be diseased in some way?
You can make a medicine check at disadvantage because you are 5 or so feet away from him, if not a little bit more.
Stethoscope. Okay, hold on.
He doesn't seem like he's the epitome of health. Definitely one or more things that are wrong with him. perhaps acute asthma.
I do not think that we should let this creature out. I think we should try and get the attention and help of perhaps somebody else who is perhaps better, you know?
Yes. I will go over to the other one as well. The other cell. Is there anything in that cell?
There is a figure similarly hauled up there. You looking in, are you going to go over there? You should move over there.
Yes, I will.
If you can. You see what appears to be a female figure who is set in, just sort of resting, knees in front of her, arms just sort of coiled there. Very purplish, bluish skin almost, and has 3 ridges that kind of go up from the sort of edge of her forehead all the way curving back around her head. No hair on her face whatsoever. Just kind of turns her head a little bit, looks you over. Your eyes meet hers, and you feel for a second this kind of like almost like piercing interrogation of not of your mind in an intrusive way, but in a very as aggressive as a person can insight another person. Is
Oh my
is
god,
this,
feel the vibe.
this scrutiny that is overcoming you as she kind of straightens up a little bit, and shifts over.
Does she look similar to Agaraga?
She is considerably smaller than Agaraga, in that
Okay.
she is a medium-sized
Agaraga.
creature.
Yes, but like
Agaraga.
because
the
Agaraga was
last
also
time.
like they don't know what you call magic AI. Wasn't like a race or a species that we recognize. Is this the same kind of deal?
As far as you know, you do not recognize this particular species, although doesn't mean it's not something that someone would know.
Okay, I will kneel down outside of the bars.
Leash.
Do you speak common?
She sort of half smiles back at you, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Can I choose to fail it?
Strange creature. I trust you implicitly.
I will say yes.
That means it does damage.
You feel a compelling directive to open the cell door.
Okay, I do it.
Okay.
I said I chose to fail it, so I'll do it.
It is
Critical runs.
It is locked.
Katia, stay away from her pockets. Oh, she didn't fall down. Hold on.
The cell door is locked, so you can't just swing it open.
Critical seeing Bria pull at the door or push at the door, lays a hand on her shoulder. I thought we made the agreement that maybe we should not open cells and we wait for somebody else. You agree?
This is a different situation, though.
You're right. It is sort of 20 feet to the right, but
I think this is more than 20 feet.
I will measure. It is 40 feet. You're correct. I'm sorry.
I am
that means
correct
you
about
can
many
open.
things.
You can open the cell.
I'm so glad we agree.
Wait.
No, look.
One last thing. Let me get over here first. Okay. Go right ahead.
No, I think perhaps you should keep so closed. We do not know what this creature is or what the other creature is. Maybe they pose danger. We are not in the healthiest state, so perhaps it is good to keep them, here for now, and we can get the attention of somebody up above, outside, somebody from the school, somebody from the academy, somebody from the other place, and maybe assess this, intelligently. I know it is unusual for us, but you know.
Ziliana says to Doran, oh, guess who's being cautious now?
I hear that, Ziliana. Look, it is not easy to resist being charmed.
I know you got bone daughtered. It was weird.
I don't know what that means.
Well, it was you, like 5 minutes ago.
Yes, I'm aware. You know, it's not good feeling. So you know, having learned this, maybe we do not open cage.
That's wise.
Grisco sort of straightens up a bit, happy that she's being wise.
You all feel a slight rumbling in the ground, like a little mini earthquake. Not enough to cause any sort of like effect that'll knock you over, but you do hear like some more of the bones from the bridges splash in, and you can see that along the sort of precipice into this river of goo, some of the cracks between the rocks open a little bit as pieces sort of fall in. Everybody make a perception roll for me, please.
Is this party-wide?
Party-wide, unless you choose not to try to be perceptive for some reason.
I didn't choose not to.
22.
All right.
17.
All pretty good. So 15s and higher. So everyone but Doran, I guess. You do notice that associated with this tremor, there are like these little. As things break apart, there is a little bit of residuum left behind, and you do see of the wall, sort of the walls of this place, part of like one of the stones of the stonework sort of breaks and falls off, and as it's falling, you see it just dissolve into residuum, as if the things that are being destroyed are sort of beginning to evaporate.
Oh my god, the holodeck's going down!
This is an illusion. We have to get out.
All right, there's still one more door we haven't gone through, right?
Is this like a philosophical question, or?
This is a spatial awareness question.
What do you mean? There are
Like
doors. There are doors you haven't gone through. Yes, there's a door over here you haven't gone through. There's a door in the room with the pool that you haven't gone through. I think those
And which direction is the pounding noise coming from?
Oh, yeah, is that still happening?
Down here.
I can't see where you're pinging.
Zoom out.
Down in this direction. Out through the double doors and all of that.
Okay.
Oh, I'm pinging in the wrong layer. Sorry. Out in this direction.
There we go.
Yeah. The
We
rumbling
need to get out.
continues. You see some of the braziers flicker and sputter, and one of them just sort of, and then the flame just sort of like almost tries to catch up with itself and burns out as it does, and then below it the brazier itself just disintegrates down in. A chunk of the ceiling just.
Put out mage hand and I want to touch the dwarf.
All right. As the mage hand comes in, the dwarf just sort of like grabs at it, kind of hungrily, and tries to like bite into it.
And I go, no, with my mage hand. And I
he's
withdraw
just like,
it. So, but yeah, okay. He's real. He's real.
I see this and I turn back to the woman in front of me. I'm like, are you also going to try to eat us?
We need to leave.
Oh, you do speak common. Brilliant. I'm inclined to agree. What do you know about this place? Do you know how to get out?
I can show you if you let me out.
I look over at Girthclaw. She makes a cogent argument.
Okay, I'm convinced. If you do anything, we'll hit you really hard in the face. Do you know who the other guy in the other cell is?
Not my concern.
Okay, well, sort of is, because you two are sort of in... Anyway, let's... Ria, first you should come with me to other cage. We need to get this guy out too. Perhaps
Why?
in a way that involves...
He just
'cause-
tried to eat.
Right, but we do not know why he is here or what the purpose is. So my solution is, and Kriko lowers her voice, we are going to open the cell door and he's going to come charging out. And we need to kick him in the face really hard. Perhaps with maul and other weaponry until, in a non-lethal sense, so that he is
Okay,
unconscious and we take him out, okay? So come with me and help, I don't want to do
Okay,
alone.
okay. We're running out of time here.
I know, this is why I want you to come do it quick.
I'm
That's why-
coming! Ria says, bleeding from multiple wounds.
I say in Dwarvish to the dwarf, calm down. I
Grithcole
speak.
gives you 10 points of glorious paladin healing.
Delicious, thank you. A big part of this is your fault.
It's glorious. Actually, it's your fault for not accommodating me in my momentary madness.
I'm so sorry for not participating in your bone doddering.
Wait. Did you open up the cage with the lady?
No,
Not
not
yet.
yet.
Okay, so if you're going over to there, wait. Let me get over to here. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Whatever just do whatever you're doing, Cole. We're running out of time.
I want to try and
Stanmore, get away from there.
I want to try and strike the lock with the maul. Let's try and break it open.
All right, give me a damage roll.
You fly and land on the gummy bear.
And
As you swing hard at it, your axe
Swing
goes
low.
right. Your axe goes right through the lock itself.
maul. Oh, this is. Can I try and open this cell?
Yeah, you can try.
Okay, well, I'm trying to open this
Okay.
cell.
As you go to pull the door open, it does swing open, and the creature will lurch forwards towards you. And I need all of you to roll initiative.
Oh, come
Expected.
on. I really wanted to do this.
Hold on, let me clear it first. Boop.
Ah!
All right. Anywhere that I have drawn cracks is difficult terrain
Ow.
now.
Cracks?
There's cracks on the.
Zoom in, zoom out.
I am so zoomed in.
I see one square. I'm so zoomed in. It's a big icon.
Like there. I'm just looking at me. That's how zoomed in I am.
Let me roll initiative for Alda for the last time. All right, cool. Well, it goes first.
Right.
All right.
Oh, I see them now. It's very hard to see.
The Durogro comes lurching forward, and I just like look at Griefcall over it, and I'm just sort of like, if I die, I'm haunting you forever.
I do not believe in ghosts.
The
Oh, you will.
the creature looks sort of up at you, and its eyes glow for a second. It holds up its hand, and you can see there's just like, rather than like flesh covering the hand, there's just this like cavity that you can see almost down into its arm, and it's filled not with sort of blood and guts, but almost like these crystal-like geodes that just go all the way down into its arm, glowing, and this sort of magic just wafts up and swells energy at you. I need you to make an intelligence saving throw, Gruthcall.
Oh, I'm charmed again, huh? 1.
All right. One creature it can see. Target must succeed on the saving throw or use its reaction to make one weapon attack against another
I'm
creature.
going to absolutely fucking scream.
So this is Rhea. Please use your reaction to make a weapon
Yeah.
attack against Rhea.
It sure is.
With the Dorgar like a regular attack or a great weapon master attack?
I hate you.
However you would normally attack. So
Well, I know that
it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't know your capabilities or anything. It just, this is more of a guttural instinct.
20 will hit.
I will do this much damage. 11.
Okay. Thanks for the healing.
Oh, I want those healing points back.
All right.
Jesus, I've just been attacking the party left, right, and center.
Rhea must be
that
the
will
enemy.
provoke from you, Rhea, if you wish to take.
I do wish, in fact.
All right.
25.
25 will hit, as it doesn't appear to be wearing
9
too
points
much.
of piercing damage.
All right, and that will go through. As you give the dwarf a little poke, as it's going, the ground sort of shakes again, and so that was 5, 10, 15, 20, and it just sort of stops for a moment at the edge of the broken bridge as it kind of assesses its way, looking around back behind it. Definitely in fight or flight. Next up, we have Rhea.
I feel like the mall like kind of like staggered her, and so she's just like, she barely caught herself. She's just like looking up at Gruthcole like, I hate you so much. And then I'm gonna drop my rapier on the floor and pull out my crossbow and take a shot at the Duragar.
All right.
That
It is-
provokes.
It is an
No.
an insurmountable distance away. All right.
16.
16 will catch it as you don't feel there, and
10 points of
another
piercing damage.
bit of damage goes through, as it kind of catches it in the back of the shoulder, it lurches forward, and then sneers up over its shoulder back at you. Gruthkul, you are up.
Earthcore is gonna move forward and.
Attack of
non-
opportunity.
Oh, you don't want to start this fight again.
No, I don't.
Gonna try and non-lethally clobber this man. Don't worry about him.
2 will miss, unfortunately. Anything else?
No.
Ziliana, you are up.
I'm gonna let the blue lady out. Is that all right?
Probably a bad idea.
This is the person who let out the obviously evil dwarf.
Well, things are shaking, and okay, so I'm gonna use Mage Hand to try to open this door.
All right. As you go and pull on it, it seems locked.
Sigh of relief.
Okay, that didn't work.
Oh no.
We like the evil thing out. I don't know. All right. I think. Do I have one wild shape left? I think I might do a wild shape. No, I can't because I used my action, the Mage Hand.
Thought you still had your mage hand up.
Well,
Or is
yeah,
it an action to move it?
I assume so. I mean, I tried to open a door, right? You know, like I used. You use your action to control the hand. Yeah,
Okay.
so so moving it over there would have been an action. So, all right. I am going to, however, though, yeah, that's what I've got. Shit. You're at 6, I'm at 6. I'm gonna bonus action healing word Rhea at 2nd level.
All right. Hucking the healing out there. 8 points of healing to you, Rhea. More than doubling your hit points.
So that is my turn.
All right. Before you can act, Doran, the ground shakes and trembles again. I need everybody to make dexterity saving throws, please. As the ground lurches. DC is 10 here.
Well, oh my lord, I made it.
Yep. That feels right.
All right. So if you failed the DC 10 dexterity check, you are now knocked prone as this very sort of jarring tremor catches you off guard. Continue. Dorangios.
I don't like that at all. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and the cracks are difficult terrain. Is that the deal?
Yep.
Okay. 1, 2.
Yep.
I will use the catapult spell, the final first level spell in my repertoire, and final spell overall. That's not a cantrip that I have.
For the last time.
For the last first time.
All right. What is your target of this spell?
It will be the Duergar.
All right. And that is.
Does the DC 14 hit him?
Let me roll his armor class. No, it does not. It does actually. On both rolls. So 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
12 points of bludgeoning damage. I don't suppose I could make it non-lethal, so I shan't bother.
All right. It slams in, and it is kind of knocked to one side as it lets out this very agonized sort of groan. You think you may have broken one of its legs as it sort of lurches back, catching itself. Not dead yet, but looking pretty gruesome at the moment. Anything
That
else?
was a warning shot, and then I'm going to take the rest of my move so I can get my strength score to jump.
All right, and across you go.
1, 2, 3, 4. So I did 1, 2, and that's 30. So I am done right there.
Katia, I do believe it is your turn.
All right, I'd like to get up from being prone and search Dima's body.
All right, go ahead and make an investigation roll. All right. Looking through, you find various collections of bits and bones. In one of her pockets, she just has about half a dozen teeth. They look like they're from various animals there. Going through, there's no money on her anywhere. You find just sort of bizarre, macabre collection of trinkets and knickknacks. There's a small doll made entirely of bone with looks like a little shawl wrapped around it, dressed, but then you realize the shawl is made out of the wing of a bat. That sort of stuff.
I would like
Respect
to take
the commitment to the aesthetic.
I would like to take all that I can.
All right, you gather it all up.
Minus bones, I don't want those.
Okay, well then you get nothing.
That's all of it.
But the bone doll, I'll take that.
Okay, that's
Those
made
are bones.
literally made of bones.
Well, I meant like I don't want the teeth. Okay.
Okay.
I don't want the teeth and like the just random bones.
Yeah.
We
Alright,
only
so
want
just-
bones with purpose here.
Only bones with
Just gonna say that.
All right.
I guess I could then move. Well, hold on 1 second. 1 second.
Holding on. You do have
Second.
movement.
I would like. Can I prestidigitation her body on fire? Is that a thing?
No.
Damn it.
That's not how prestidigitation works. There are spells like create bonfire, control flames, those sort of things.
All right.
Also, you already used your action.
I know,
Yes.
but I just. Okay. Just it's.
Is this like
You
the
can
gold
light a
closet thing again?
torch or a candle or a small
5,
campfire
10,
Yeah.
oops.
if it's prepared for you.
Yes.
Right.
But Dima is neither of those things.
Are you sure Diva isn't a campfire?
I have used my movements.
Is this a campfire?
She's a
All right.
witch. She's a witch. She's made of wood, so therefore,
So, as Katia, you sort of quickly rifle through Dima's things and begin to head out. You all hear this like really high pitched, like almost inaudible at first, like dogs would be howling, but it's just very, very high pitched, whining, shrieking noise that crescendos and crescendos, and then comes to an abrupt end when it's almost loud enough so that you you start to feel like it's uncomfortable and almost painful, and you can see the Durgar reach up, like grab at his ears, and then his head just goes and explodes.
Okay.
Ready?
And then you hear chink 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 against the cage. The door, please.
Noted.
Alright. The
We shouldn't do it.
Durgar is Explodagar.
While
Are we
this is
still in
going-
rounds?
We are still in rounds.
Oh, okay.
Alright, I will use half
We
my-
we can be in loose rounds, but the speed at which you need to react is subject to fast things happening, as things are very literally breaking around apart you. And so those of you near cracks, looking down into the cracks, you don't see like more stone and stuff beneath you. What you see is just like this sort of breaking apart, evaporation into residuum, and then just nothing.
Okay,
There's just like a void.
sprinting to the door, and I'm gonna try to, I guess, just like wreck the lock with a dagger and get it open that way.
Didn't you go prone?
I did, but I'm gonna get up to my feet and sprint.
All right.
If we're in loose rounds.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep the turn order to keep organized of us doing things. So you head over, and
I will
as
move
you
myself.
as you go to touch the lock, your dagger goes right through the lock.
Okay, great. No door. Go out through the not door. And I hold a hand out to her.
She just looks back at you and rests her hand on the door and like sort of pushes it, and it swings and just kind of like hits you in the way of the door.
Brilliant. I step out of the way.
And she goes, sort of hops over two of the cracks, and
Yep,
heads
another
out.
one. You're gonna need to use the other path, ma'am. This path's taken.
She looks down at the sort of growing crack that you're sort of straddling, Cadia, as it just slowly is dissolving away underneath. Mind your step. And she runs and hops past you, Doran, unless you would like to try to stop her.
If I stop her, she'll stop in this square right before me, right? Excellent. Stay away, yeah.
You can certainly try.
Actually, I will just duck down like a. And let her go by.
All right. And as she like sort of hops and goes to land, you can tell she falls like a little bit slower than you would expect. There's just a slight sort of as she falls and lands. And she turns and looks down from the stairs a couple steps ahead of you, Doran. It's time to run. And she begins to make her way up the stairs.
We'll let her get a bit of a lead. That's fine.
I'm gonna unmute myself. I'm gonna follow her.
All right. Anyone doing any last minute things
Yes.
here?
Do I think I could jump over a 5-foot gap with Aldous' body? Keeping in mind
Your strength score is pretty high, so yes.
Yeah. Okay, then I will be carrying
And
Aldous out.
5 feet is not a very difficult jump for you.
Yep.
Um,
I will be carrying him out.
Yeah, I'm gonna wild shape into a wolf and run.
All right. Easy enough. And so you follow this figure out, and you can see, I guess, Doran and probably then Ria's kind of next in line, Ziliana catching up quickly. There, you do see any of the doors that are sort of closed or in her way. She just sort of puts up her hand, and the door just kind of like opens, as if she's using some sort of telekinesis or something to control and move objects there. And she runs and then pauses sort of just outside that sort of pool of blood, the crib of blood, if you will, there down back sort of the way you came in. You do, as you enter this room, the cracks are growing not as pronounced as the main room yet, but you can tell they are spreading, and you do hear a much amplified, much more pronounced banging sounds coming from here, over off to your right and sort of out in this direction.
Maxwell with that silver hammer.
I push this door open.
You can indeed, as the door is unlocked, and you see another room there, and there's another door up to the upper part.
Are there any cracks in this region?
I'll push that open as well.
Very slowly, things are starting to fall apart. You get the sense that it's beginning to propagate from that main room out this way, and the tremors continue.
Did you go? Where did you go? Here?
Here.
Okay, thank you. I was like, wait a minute. There we go.
The door itself. So there's a door to your north as well.
Yeah. Can we push that open?
It. Okay. Opens, and you see a chest over in the corner of this room that is sort of in correspondence with the knocking sound. It sort of shifts a little bit on the floor as if something in it is slamming against the inside. And you do hear almost a crazed sort of yelling. What languages do you speak?
Common and Orcish.
Right, it is neither of those.
I'm right behind her and speak common, and I speak these things.
It is none of those.
I tried.
How heavy does it look?
The chest?
Yeah.
It is a metallic chest. There is a fairly substantial looking lock on it, and there are steel bands over the top of it, as if it looks like this chest was reinforced and designed to keep something inside it.
So.
And it's doing this, right?
Carryable by
it is sort of like, and it just shifts like an inch or so, and there. Yeah, the chest itself probably weighs somewhere in the 30 to 40 pounds. You've no idea what's inside it that could make it heavier, but you are welcome to attempt to lift it if you would like.
My strength score is only 10.
Ray and Zoliana, do you think you carry it between you?
I mean, it's liftable by like a normal person, but it's just heavy.
Dylan is a wolf.
But if it's like filled with water, though, it's gonna be like.
Yeah,
oh,
I mean,
God.
if it's filled with something heavy, then
I also, on top of that, I know Sylvan.
like liquefied goose.
I step aside to allow anybody that would like to try and carry this chest.
Folks, are we taking it? Yes, now? Speak now?
I wish I was a bigger animal.
Why don't you just break it open and see what's inside?
We don't have time.
Okay, then let's leave.
Somebody try and lift up chest. So you see, I'm carrying a body.
I try to lift the chest.
All right. You go down, grab sort of the handles on the side, kind of squat to pick it up. And as you go to lift up, it actually pulls up a bit easier than you thought, as if there's almost nothing in it. And it sort of like slams, and it moves there. But is still locked. But there's you definitely feel that there's something moving inside it that is not happy.
Great,
and
I hate this.
The screaming in a different language continues.
All right. Was there another door?
There is another door sort of out this way, which you surmise goes kind of back around in a circle.
Just back. Okay. Yeah. Well, I take the weird yelling box and.
Okay, go.
Lycia sort of looks at all of you running past, and then just sort of takes a sidestep into the pool of blood, and just sort of disappears through it.
All right, sure. We just trust the weird alien girl now. I jump in the blood puddle.
Okay, dokie.
All right.
You've been here before.
So,
First there was paint, now there's blood.
Pretend it's and I hop in. I like nudge Katia.
All right. Go in.
So, anyone not going through the puddle, or
I
pool
would
right
like to
there.
delay as long as possible, waiting minutes even if this room slowly starts to shake apart. I will hover above it, as in step up onto the ring itself and kind of like lean over as if I could even fall in where I pushed or hit with something. But I want to prop myself up there with my stick and observe as much as I possibly can before vacating to see if there's some strange, like, and then they just like, they fell for it. And then they show back up or something along those lines. And then even given the chance that I have to go through if there's falling brick, I'm going to leave Emperor Stanmore for the duration until he's destroyed because I want to see everything.
All right.
I know it's Tangle.
As you do this, why don't you roll a perception roll for me?
Fantastic. Are you sure?
Unless-
perception,
I
not
mean, are you-
performance or persuasion? Okay.
If you are looking for anything in particular, then investigation. But if you're just generally trying to catch any details,
I'm trying to catch any detail. I don't have actually a very big clue of what might be going on, but I do want to note like the bottom of the pool, like make sure that the portal itself doesn't like get cracked and broke before it. Oh, it's broken and I can't go through.
yes.
That would be the thing I focus on the most. And I've only rolled a 12 total.
All right. So looking around, it does take the better part of probably another 5-6 minutes or so for things to break apart to the point where you're noticing your surroundings going.
I immediately grumbled. Don't have time to break it open.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So as the cracks begin to show in the room there and things start dissolving, you look out past where walls have sort of dissolved away from you and you just see nothing. It's incredibly disorienting. Everything is just this blackness. There's no sort of reflective light that bounces back off of anything. And it just sort of seems to be all just sort of breaking apart and disintegrating in towards the pool of which you stand near. If you sort of perch yourself on the edge as things start moving in, Stanmore seems a little skittish on your shoulder, just kind of looking around. You can tell that he has this just kind of innate sort of wild uncomfortableness with what's going on.
That's his natural state anyway.
Yes. And you get to a point where you start to become a little nervous that things are like there's not much left but the fountain itself going, but you don't see anything. And even the residuum, like the residuum doesn't stay. It just sort of breaks through this, like the matter. It disperses into residuum at first, and then the residuum just is gone.
Okay. I will take the leap then. I guess I'll take Stanmore with me if it's just the pool left.
All right. So you step through, and so those of you who hopped through earlier, you find yourself appearing in what you've come to fairly conveniently recognize as the sewers of Vesular. It appears that this conduit goes through to the wash basin of the Bone Daughter, where you first saw her in all of her infantile, mature glory. However, it seems that the pool itself, the interior of it, is just slowly kind of like cracking and aging, as if the bones are all becoming hard and brittle. A few minutes pass. Doran does not come through. Anyone doing anything?
Oh god, do I have to go back for him?
He will come. He is just afraid of everything. Everything.
Also, what do I do with this loud box?
You continue to carry for now, I think.
I will await a hand coming out of the portal and try and pull it up.
All right. And you see a foot come out of the portal.
Oh, I'll grab that.
All right. Doran, something has grabbed your foot. And Doran sort of goes through the portal coming out and kind of appearing on the other side. The woman that led you out leans kind of against the wall, her arms crossed, just studying all of you. The banging in the box has subsided substantially. There is a little shuffling. Like, if you have it, you can still feel something moving and shuffling around
every day
inside it, but is no longer ranting and raving. It has gone quiet as you have all seemingly escaped.
So we're in the demon's lair.
Yeah, the sewer part, not in the the room that she was in, but sort of just in the offshoot sewers there.
Okay.
Do you know what's in the loud box?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
No idea. Why did you take it if you did not know what was inside?
Sometimes I just do what I'm told. It's a very bad habit.
We took you, but we don't know who you are.
That's true. We don't even know your name.
We tried to save everybody.
Including the loud box.
Including the man that attacked us.
I have a guess on who she is.
She looks sort of over at your shoulder. Well, perhaps you should have focused on not saving everybody. My name is Lysaea Remorque.
Do you feel inclined to spell it?
It's just customary greeting in Vessulars to spell your name after saying it.
It's true.
And remember, this is for posterity, so...
So to be honest.
To be honest.
My name is Lysaea Remorque.
Why were you being kept captive by the crazy child?
Well, it was obviously not my intent.
I know, but you must have been there for some kind of reason.
Well, I'm not from here. She sort of looks around. Whoever here is, I'm guessing.
Well, most of us aren't from the sewers.
No, but you all are primes, so it does seem fitting that that is likely where we are now. I was tracking someone and followed them through a portal that was created, and on the other side was that madwoman who claimed that she could help me, amongst other comments about how lovely my head was.
That sounds like Dima.
And
Who are you tracking?
Sort of studies all of you carefully. Well, perhaps beyond your.
Yeah, like the whole. I imagine Ziliana the whole time is doing like the dog head cocking thing of like, just trying to like understand and listen. It's not too uncommon if in her human form of what she looks like when she's listening really hard.
It is perhaps the large, what's his name? Of large
Agaraga.
creature? Agaraga?
I doubt that, seriously.
I doubt it too, but I'm crossing off names. We only know
Wasn't-
so many
wasn't
people.
that
The-
We could just
creature
name everybody we've ever met.
I come from Sigil, the city of doors. Are you familiar?
Very familiar,
Passingly?
yes. Yes, no, not really.
Well,
Has been mentioned.
center of the multiverse. I
Oh,
don't
multiverse.
anticipate that any of you have ever seen it or been there. I'm a cipher member of the Transcendent Order faction of the city. There was a group of vermin who were doing their best to subvert the city and feed off something.
Expectations.
But the lady dealt with them, and there was one that managed to escape, greatly weakened, followed this portal created that brought it here, and I followed.
Would you describe the vermin as being spiky bug people?
They are
Oh,
able to take
merman.
many forms, but was neither spiky nor bug-like.
Okay. Well, because we had kind of spiky things that were feeding off residuum in the sewers.
I'll make a minor illusion of what she's talking about. Like a mini one.
No, it was
Not that?
not that. It was in the form of one of the Dabus from the city, but fairly difficult to impersonate one, especially under more close scrutiny. Fled, but from what I am to understand, the Veshenbaru aren't too hard to stamp out if you can find them.
Okay, so, right. We also think we might have one of those here.
Well, if it went through the portal, then that stands to reason.
Although you did also, you said a lot of words just now that I didn't know. So I'm not tracking super closely.
She sort of raises her hand up and holds it like very flat and sort of touches it to the side of her head, and then closes and pinches, and then as she does it, this sort of string of it looks almost like language or words, but it's mostly indecipherable, sort of almost sigil-like runic, glowing in this very cool bluish white, and pulls it out, this long sort of thread, and then holds her hand there and just sort of swirls it as it swirls into a ball, and then she extends it out towards you.
Sure. My wife is all of my impulse control. I'd be sure that I take it.
Okay. As you take it, it just sort of absorbs out into kind of your mind, and you're overcome by a rush of sort of sensory images of sights. You see a city, very urban, very dense buildings made of every material from crystal to brick, stone, wood. But the ground is disconcertingly not all just flat. You see buildings sort of being built almost from above you, as if the area you're in is not a sort of normal plane as you're used to seeing it. You don't see the sky anywhere as you look, and you see creature kind of running in front of you. Your view gives chase. And then you see a window on one of these buildings. It's sort of coming out at a 45-degree angle, and as you run, your perspective sort of changes as it always seems like you're the right way up, but other things sort of start looking more and more like they're coming out of the walls rather than the ground, and the creature runs towards the window, and it glows, and it sort of steps and dives through into the window, and then shortly after you dive in too, and then you sort of immediately see a cocked head in front of you, with Dima's wild eyes looking back, and then this sort of big grin, and then the vision ends.
Oh, I think I'm gonna be ill. How do you do that? The not moving on this regular, like, normal flat plane.
You are clearly ill right now.
Did I get, like, a good look at what the Vishembaru looked like?
The figure looked vaguely humanoid. You were basically running behind something that was weaving through alleys and passages and streets and such. So it was a cloaked figure, but you didn't really get anything in particular.
So just humanoid.
Yeah.
Alright.
Does the name Haley Delatoris, I think that's what I was saying.
Deleterious.
Deleterious, that's it. Thank you, Ria. Does that mean anything to you?
She sort of thinks for a moment. Let's see. This would be a history check.
I understand you're a mind mage.
I believe that it is someone I have met before, yes. There are lots of travelers through Sigil. Not many primes who usually remember if you see one.
Prime?
I think that's us.
That's you.
Oh.
All of you. Creatures from the prime material.
Oh, okay. Alright, yeah, sure. I can follow that. Okay.
What of it?
Well, I just curious. We've met her. We know her. She's weird. She's got purple hair.
And anyway, purple hair aside, so the Vishemvaru, they feed on magic, right?
In simplistic terms, yes.
Bear with me, I'm a simplistic woman.
I know.
Yeah.
So then we have a common enemy in this case. We think that at least one is at work in this city trying to create problems around the use of magic, but we are a little bit light on information and next steps. Perhaps we could be allies.
Does seem prudent. If you have a set of skills that is useful, I am grateful that you returned me from that place of madness. Wherever the Veshemvaru is currently, can be assured that it's in at least a weakened state and is probably desperate and on the run. From my knowledge of them, they usually try to feed and regain themselves if they can, move to a safe, neutral location. This world is not safe or neutral. The ignorance here is incredibly dangerous.
Well, it's right at the moment. I mean, I presume that this is you don't pay attention to the prime material plane very much because it's boring kind of situation, right? I'm just trying to figure out how much context to give you.
Anything that you feel is relevant.
Well, we're in Vestular, which is a city on the prime material plane that is the intellectual capital of the Dracoran Empire. Is this too granular?
Continue.
Okay. And so there's the schools, and some of them are arcane, and some of them do other things, and we do fighting, which there's some arcane. Never mind, not important. But my point being that there's a fair amount of magic in the city, and it was used freely up until recently when there has been some disagreement about the proper use of magic, with one faction who can apparently manipulate magic in a way that I've never seen before and grant people certain arcane powers that previously took study or some sort of innate spark from another source, is now being given out freely and used, one might say, slightly recklessly, at least by some people. But there is another faction as well that is now trying, I guess in reaction to that, trying to more stringently control magic in a way that's never been done before in the city. So that's where we're at. I'm very sorry. I have a very bad headache. I swear that sometimes I'm more coherent than this.
Well,
Thanks, Gruthko.
We can...
Of course, but she's making this.
So, it seems you all have some sort of training. You are obviously... And she kind of gestures in a sweeping motion at Aria, Gruthko, and Dorand of some sort of unifying symbology, judging by the way you're dressed.
Sure.
You're a dog. I'm not entirely sure what you represent in all of this, but
If she can do this in dog.
She represents cuddles and excitement.
That's Ziliana. She's not always a dog.
fair enough. There are many creatures that change form. Perhaps
I saw that, Dorand.
Perhaps some evidence
You didn't
of
say that, though, so.
capacity for evolution amongst primes. The Vishemvaru, you've encountered them?
Not yet. Or if we have, we don't know.
Sounds like the Vishemvaru. My fear is that they may attempt to tear a bite-sized chunk of your plane off of its existence and thrust it into some other more neutral location, perhaps the astral plane or limbo, where it's more safe. They were not powerful enough to be blocked from entry into Sigil, but they are powerful enough to be troublesome and foolish enough to cause a disturbance, or think that perhaps they could leverage power somehow in Sigil, but foolhardy at best. Here, though, not much to keep them in check.
Ziliana bamps out of wolf form. So what if, like, there was a way to lock them in one place? Could they be taken down that way?
Death through starvation, if they run out of a source for feeding, yes.
Just curious.
What about the name Chelmarn Kesh? Does that mean anything to you?
She thinks for a second. Never heard this name.
Well, I'm not sure about him, but like Rhea said, like there's this like group of people that are giving people magic. She's better with words. But anyway, he's kind of weird. I don't know. I'm really confused about him. Sometimes I think he's good, and then sometimes I think he's bad. And I don't know what to think about him. And you just said that like the Veshemvaru would like try and like take power here because they can or something. I don't know. Weird coincidence. And they could take any shape, right? Like they can look like us.
It's true. It could be any one of you.
Yes, but there's also... I don't think it's us. I guess it could be us. You're distracting me. I had a thought. My thought was that Rhea, I think, is also, like, Rhea obviously has some sort of, like, head wound that has, like, bled all the way down the side of her face. probably from the last time Gruthcall hit her. It could, I mean, Katie, it could just as easily be, what's her face? That's the Vishemvaru, who has also come into a great deal of power recently in terms of, influence in the city.
Breeze?
Yeah. I mean, she's suddenly become the face of the city council, and,
Would they have
It, like, she's a face.
any celestial type of influence?
From what I know, they will exert any type of influence they can. They're not creatures that shy away of any particular alignment or origin or use of whatever means they think is best.
Do they like birds?
Good question.
Stanmore. Go
Does
this way.
anyone like birds?
I love birds.
Pretty, and they can fly.
Subjective, I suppose.
I don't have strong bird opinions.
Well,
Says the person who has a wing reflection.
I can grow wings. I am the bird.
So now that you're out of there, what are you gonna do next?
well, wouldn't mind eating something.
We can do that.
Not me. Don't like food, right? Like not.
We can take you to dinner. Just to segue on from that.
Unnecessary, but I appreciate it. No, consuming you would be vastly more food than I need. My appetite is likely more in line with yours than perhaps a much larger predatory creature.
What if we take you out to dinner and we don't eat a person?
And sometimes I turn into an animal, and that gets really confusing for people. I'm just trying to make sure we have clear boundaries.
Okay, so nobody eats Ziliana, but we do go out for dinner.
I can get on board with that.
And you are all members somehow of the local government, law enforcement?
Oh
I don't think we'd go that far, no.
Yes,
No, we're students.
we are enrolled in academies. We are bound by the government rules as part of the enrollment.
Lots of things. Lots of people are bound by government rules without being a
Ah,
part of the
yes,
government.
But we are also representative of the government.
This is
rules
true, we are
as
representative.
Academy members.
I am not.
She is not.
Yeah,
She.
Yes.
No, I obey
Well, actually-
nature.
Okay, so to be perfectly honest with you, you might not be part of academies, but you are working with a party that is made up of almost entirely, in fact, entirely government people. So you are not, part of the government, but you're hanging around with government people. So what you do reflects on us, and what we do reflects
Sure.
on government.
It's also okay. It's just really hard to hang out in the city without hanging out with anybody that's affiliated with the government. So it's okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
this
an
is true.
epicenter. That's correct.
In light of all this, I'll have to decline your invitation. I think it's best if whatever inept institutions here don't get in the way. They'll likely cause more harm than good. I find
Speaking
that
of losing quarry, I have some questions. If you're done being condescending.
Rhea does look like visibly disappointed.
ask away.
Excellent. First, Veshamaru, very interesting. So we have never laid eyes upon it, and you have. Surely you have a means of tracking or locating and or identifying a hidden one. That's something you can share with us, as this danger is now here in our doorstep, on our doorstep, I suppose.
I wish I had some sort of magic spyglass through which we could look and glean the nature of a creature, but alas, that is not something that is within my realm of capability. It comes down to observance and conjecture, and then ultimately action.
Well, that's actually my next question. were you to encounter one that you posited was a Vesham Veru, what measures would you immediately take? Is this a kill on sight situation? Is this a containment? Do you have that means? Are there known methods to contain them if you were to discover them randomly or otherwise?
Consider me a traveling exterminator.
Understood.
I'm not interested in taking this creature down. I'm interested in
Ending it.
ridding the plains of vermin that prey upon them. Were it for another place, it would perhaps curry favor, but the lady has no real interest or agenda in that regard, merely the peace of Sigil and maintaining its state of neutrality throughout as the epicenter of the multiverse. I do so as it brings me a bit of personal joy to kill these things.
I'm glad that your job suits you. Are there vulnerabilities or methods to extermination that are required to ensure it? Some creatures can't be killed unless on a home plane, for example. Other creatures can't be harmed by weapons unless they have certain qualities. What can you tell us about the characteristics of the Vesham-Veru?
The Vesham-Veru have no home plane. They devoured it very, very long time ago. And so they move from one plane to another. They can be killed just as easily here as they could in Sigil, as they could on their original home plane. They have no binding to any particular location and move freely. Their use of Sigil has for long been attempted to be mitigated, as they are like a cloud of locusts that likely bring nothing good to wherever they go. In terms of their capabilities, they are very adept at manipulating boundaries between planes, planar travel, and have an almost innate fundamental understanding of the energy that lies within all things and weaves through them. This understanding can manipulate an untold amount of effects which cannot always be predicted. They are cunning, creative, and usually don't have to do their own direct intervention with that which makes them feel threatened. They perhaps find some joy in manipulating their surroundings in order to accomplish whatever ends they have.
Are they charismatic in finding people to follow them?
The Vesham-Veru can be whatever they need to in the situation. They are of two minds, usually manifesting. One could be described as more charismatic, yes.
What's the other?
Perhaps more thoughtful, empathetic.
So, you say they, you say swarm, you say locusts. This leads me to just wonder, you are tracking one individual here, or you are tracking a group?
Only one escaped from Sigil. There were many. I track the lone straggler.
Good. That is good to hear, for, as you said, our inept organizations wouldn't be able to handle a whole bunch.
It is true.
I don't disagree. There are many flaws in our systems, but as any society is, we are improving. Now, plane travel, actually, it's my next question. This blood portal we just stepped through, where did we just be for example, Dima placed you in a prison where?
I'm conjecturing, though I have no proof of this, that Conjuration was some sort of demi-plane that existed entirely in the mind of Dima, as you call her, herself. That connection willed it into existence, wrought some sort of connection here to the prime material. If the flavor of things is any telling indication, I would guess somewhere in the abyss.
Yeah, I would not disagree with that either. Excellent. And lastly, as far as travelers that you've heard of in Sigil, I wonder if you've ever mentioned or come across someone named, maybe it's an alias, but someone named Danger?
That's Haley.
What?
Danger's real name is Haley.
Oh.
We
I
asked
guess
about her earlier, and she said yeah.
Then I certainly was in my own thoughts at that time. Apologies.
I have cross paths, yes.
Oh, I withdraw the question. It's already been handled.
So you wouldn't like our help because like we know some like persons of interest. Like there's a ton of different people that you're describing right now that I think fits that description. I just don't know which one it is.
Having a list is a good place to start.
Okay, well there's Haley, Danger.
It doesn't mean a verbal
her.
list.
Well, I'm gonna give it to her anyway. And then there's Chalmar and Kesh. And then one I did not mention before. What is my nemesis's name? My
Althea Grimm.
That's
You could at least remember the names of the people you've tried to kill.
the sister of this maniac Dima, as we call her, that trapped you in her mind, abyss, whatever you just said. Him.
And then the singer.
Oh yeah.
Breeze.
Then there's Breeze. I don't think it's her, but we can add her on the list.
I think you're blinded, but that's fine.
I just think that she's a tool.
I just look over towards like, Lacey, are you sure we can't buy you today?
A medieval term for, oh yes.
I would ask, though, your help will likely eventually be something that is valuable to me, that we proceed with caution if we are to work together. If we tip our hand and reveal that we know more than we do, the Veshemveru can become incredibly elusive. If they know that perhaps you are looking for them, then you may find yourself outwitted and outmatched very quickly. So secrecy is important until we have evidence and can strike.
So probably not a great idea to like immediately like say to people, "Hey, are you Veshemveru? Do you know Veshemveru?" Because we definitely haven't done that in the past.
Well, let's hope it's not Chalmar and Cash, or that I just look at Gruthcall.
Yeah, it's probably him. Or his, red herring.
I don't know what that means.
Where are we riding
fish
to?
have to do with this?
These Veshemveru, they can't like turn into. They would like never turn into like a goat, would they?
If need be, it would be
The greatest of all time joke.
it would be perhaps difficult for them to gain the leverage that they need as such a creature, but they have been known to wait for years and years in order to make something possible. They are very patient creatures.
But like,
ultimately,
wow.
their appetite will give them away.
Yeah, I mean, Billy and Tio are really hungry. Have I been milking a Veshemveru and making cheese?
Zillion, I don't
Oh
think
my
it's your
God.
goats.
Oh my God, it might be my goats.
It's not your goats.
don't want to kill my goats.
We're not. It's probably not the goats.
I didn't want to kill your goods. It's true.
I mean, are they trying to gain power in any
I still don't.
sort of way? I don't. I mean, they're just eating grain and stuff, right? Like,
They're beautiful, beautiful creatures that I make flower crowns for every day. Okay.
I don't think it's the goats.
Okay.
ooh, should we add Loan Shark Guy to the list?
I think Lone Shark Guy is just an asshole.
Big asshole. You don't happen to have 400 gold you'd loan me, would you, Lycia? Alright, it can't hurt to ask. Okay.
Oh, speaking of money, and I'll give you the pouch of 100 gold.
Where did you pull this off the paladin?
No, he did have money. I just left it there though.
That's good.
I left it in his pocket.
Also, we do still have this very loud box.
To be clear, I still got him on my shoulder. Just been chilling with him this whole time.
I suppose I should do an identifier in the box just in case there's surprises if you try to open it.
Are you going to cast Identify on it?
Well, as a ritual, as I have no spell slots left.
Alright. Ritually casting. Is anyone going to do anything to interrupt this process?
No.
11 minutes is a weird
Yeah.
spell. 11 minutes, 6 seconds.
So, away it goes, and the ritual resolves as I yawn, adding to the suspense.
It's a box of keeping things in.
It is exactly that. It is not magical. It is very securely locked, but not magical.
Well, it's not a magical item. It has no properties that are magical that I'm aware of, or have perceived as an identify spell can be tricked with higher levels stuff, but to what end? It's just a box that's rattling. It's actually calling for attention, not trying to avoid it. So I doubt it's trying to hide its nature.
I think we should open it, because...
Well, Danger's area is very close by, and a much more secure area, as things roam the sewers, you may recall. And
Yes, there's also a
Rhea
dragon.
looks like she might be undead already. So maybe we should go find a safe place to rest.
Well, that's what happens. And
okay.
I gently punched Gruthcole in the shoulder. That's what happens when your best friend hits you in the face a bunch with a maul.
I did not hit you in the face. If I did you in the face, I would have caved in your skull. I instead caved in your shoulder and ribs and legs.
Strangely,
and
this
arms.
doesn't make me feel better. My broken
Lovingly.
ribs
I lovingly
are still broken.
Look, you
I
need
gently caressed you with the maul.
Look, you are wise, you are smart. You must think of way to make me wise and smart. I am just a large person with ability to stay on feet. It is what I'm good at.
And I love you for it. But
You know I am easily influenced by magical things in brain.
you're
Do you not
also
remember-
easily influenced by non-magical things outside
not-
of brain.
Do you not remember the time that's the the other class from the Brimroddy school were like messing with the academy and they messed with my brain, so all I would eat for like 3 weeks is like broccoli.
Yes, I remember.
Every meal I would have only broccoli.
You kept eating mine. It was very annoying.
That's
Oh, I
actually
like
not good for you. You have to mix up your diet, Gruthcole.
Okay.
I mean,
Alright, I pick up
considering what
the
she
box
eats
and-
normally, it was a mix-up.
I pick up the box and... Okay, are we going?
We should find
We do.
We should
We
go
do need
to. We should go to the barracks of the academy. I forget name.
What we
yours
need to
or
do-
mine.
No,
we-
Rhea. I am holding onto body of fallen comrade.
I know. That's why we need. But he's not Aureus.
I understand this. It is not our duty to present him to where he comes. We do not know exactly where he comes from. We must take him to our officer and we must say,
Alright.
look, something has happened. We must give him report and
Yes, we need to report about the whole
You
dragon
attend
thing
to
as
your
well.
own wounds first.
It is proper.
We
But
take
we
a
must also
rest
take rest.
first.
We must take rest.
Rest will do me no good at this point. I am running on fumes.
You are out of the token of resting.
Yes,
Uh,
I am. See, I have 4 of them.
you have 4
And I
tokens
have
of
used all
resting.
4.
I see. This is unusual.
This is what happens when you hit me multiple times in the face with them all.
It is noted.
Let's not do that next time.
So,
What
Forest
time of-
Academy?
do we know what time of day it is?
I mean, you can conjecture from having left the or stepped through the portal sometime in the afternoon that it is likely late afternoon or early evening.
Okay.
Okay. Let's look. Grithko and I need to do this. The rest of you need to take a rest. Why don't we meet at that breakfast for dinner place that's like kind of near the Sierra Harmony Hall? And we
What
can
is
eat
the
dinner.
name of it, Ria?
Waffle Tavern.
Lysandra's Food Emporium. It's a franchise, but it's still quite good.
I would like
It was
to-
Lysandra's food collective,
Oh,
actually.
sorry. The Emporium is the
It's a
the
clothing store.
knockoff.
I'd like to go with you, if you don't mind. Don't answer that. I'm gonna come with you.
Okay.
His
so,
shoulders sag slightly.
So we'll do that, and we'll meet for dinner. That's also breakfast.
What do I do with this?
You hold on to the loud box for right now.
What?
Gonna bring it to breakfast for dinner?
I mean, do we have? I mean, we could open it.
Maybe we should. Okay. What if we all go to Oris Academy and we open box there, where there is many soldiers around if things are bad? You know?
Sure, let's do that.
Okay.
The equivalent of taking a grenade to the barracks. Well done.
All right. But if there are many people in barracks, there are many other people who can fall on grenade.
That's horrifying to hear. Go on.
We go.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
give Lycia directions to the breakfast for dinner place. I mean, or you could come with us to the barracks, but it seems like you're anti-establishment.
What?
That's why Dora wants to go to dinner with me.
I've had enough dealings with the Dracora government on other planes to know that they're more trouble than they're worth.
Fair enough.
Keep it in Dora.
Wait, we're on other planes?
I literally told you this story. I unfolded my trauma for you.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah, you're horrible.
I know that it was many hours ago.
Sometimes, like, I have these moments where I'm like, what's happening? And then, like, you say something, and I'm like, oh my god, yeah!
Yes, love, I know.
Okay, let us
I
go.
live
This
here
man,
too with my eyes and my ears that witness the world around me.
This man is very heavy. We must go.
Okay, we go.
You make your way to the Aureus Academy. Your newly made friend Lycia departs shortly after ascending from the sewers without much pomp and circumstance. You can see for the first sort of little bit, see her go off, and then you do see sort of cloak that's been left resting on something, and she just kind of picks it up, puts it on, puts the hood up, and then heads off into the city. As you make your way to the Aureus Academy, you can see that it is the beginning of the evening. The sun is just starting to go down as the skies are beginning to change from kind of a nice pale blue to that sort of deep purple and orange. Sunsets over Vesular are usually quite nice, as it is westward facing to some large extent here. And you can see the light sort of reflecting off of the harbor and the shipyard there out across the river itself. You make your way through the gate easy enough. The guards allow you to pass as they recognize Rhea and Gruthkul, and the rest of you are in accompaniment. There is a little bit of a stir and a murmur, seeing that you are indeed carrying a fallen comrade, and before you can make your way up to the barracks itself, your commanding officer, Lieutenant Menthelson, comes out sort of into the main sort of well-groomed yard there, and stands in front of you, sort of at attention.
I kind of come to attention myself. We have a report to make, although not one of the most pleasant nature.
How did this happen?
Well, there was a dragon. And we don't know where the dragon is.
This is a horrible way to make report.
It is a horrible way to make report. I have a concussion.
We heard the mention. It was brought to our attention that a girl who we are somewhat familiar with was in the garden by the
fiend sister.
Brimrody School. Her name was Dima. She is the sister of a agent in the city who has fiendish connections. In the garden, she was animating statues, which were quite dangerous. We dealt with all of them and followed her into a portal. In the portal, he was a statue. In the portal was a great number of things that seemed very magical effects. I was charmed during this. We managed to get through and step through some kind of mirror, at the other end of which she was sort of channeling some kind of ritual and power into this small doll made out of bone. After a small time, it became dragon made out of bone, which was fully animate. It breathed some kind of not fire, but it breathed something. It had breath attack weapon. The girl Dima was killed. The dragon made escape out of the area. We don't know where. There was also captive a small Duragar man who have some kind of magical brain power. During this, unfortunately, Aldous was killed by the dragon itself. We tried to heal him, but it was too late. He took too much of beating.
That's quite a report.
It's been quite the day.
He's kind of motions over, and two other of the guards come over, and they kind of take the body from you, ensure that Aldous finds his way back to the Temple of Pelor. They will inter the body as is their customs. I believe that it sounds like you all have unfinished work.
We do. We have two more to handle with.
I do have additional orders for you, as right now we are running a bit short-staffed given current other missions that are running. He sort of takes out an envelope that looks like it's sort of freshly been stamped. The wax is still a little bit pliable there, and hands it to you, Gruthkul. Please ensure that these are followed. I anticipate that Bermeraldi also has been made aware of these. I don't know who the other two of you are, but if you're all part of whatever organization this is collectively, then your services will also be requested in this matter, and you'll be compensated for your work.
Oh, really? I mean, yeah, of course. That's how things work.
Of course, Cole looks
Right.
at us. Okay,
That's-
we understand. We'll make sure these are followed.
Subcontractors are, to the Empire, a valuable asset.
This time Ziliana stands up a little straighter.
So, see to those orders, finish whatever this is started, and make sure that your fallen comrade has not given the life in vain. Understood?
Understood.
Understood.
Aye, Captain.
Oh boy.
Please do not
Lieutenant.
talk.
You can tell by the insignia, Katia.
Yeah, you can totally tell with the insignia.
Is there anything
give him a
else?
salute.
No.
Nothing
Oh,
else.
there's this box, though. Sorry. Wait, isn't that why we came here?
Well, no, we came here because we had a corpse. Out of character.
Yeah.
Never mind.
That
we
must have
forgot
been the
about
best walk through the city. Don't
Just
mind
having,
us.
just
a
having
body.
a real normal one.
A body in a box.
It's the weekend at Bernie's moment. You're all
Well-
like, hey, we're going this way. To the
I
Orient.
suppose
Like,
we'll
"Look
get
at
Paylor! Have you heard about Paylor?
It does not hurt to mention, we also did find this chest. We believe there's something inside it, but did not wish to open it, because at the time we were feeling a little on the weaker side, as there are many people here, soldiers alike, and such. Would now be a good time to open this box we are carrying along with us?
Where did you get this box?
We found the box in the lair of the girl. It was in a room. There is noise of kicking and yelling in other language inside. We do not know who is in there, only that there is somebody inside. Or something.
He sort of squats down and puts his ear next to the box.
Critical knocks on the box.
Ooh.
A little stirring. And he stands up. You know what this sounds like to me?
What does it sound like to you?
It sounds like a Bermeraldi school problem.
That's fair.
That is fair.
Okay, Doran, it's your problem now.
Okay, then.
We thrust the chest into his hands and we all peace out.
Well, I don't even bring my arms up to grab it. I'm like, well, I'm not carrying it, but let's go.
Liliana shifts her weight again. It's like, all right.
Let us break
Leona
away from this
is the pack
discord.
mule of the party.
with not a great strength, by the way. That's fine.
Would you like me to carry Liliana? My arms are free now.
That would be great. Next time I can actually turn into a pack mule, but right now I'm tapped.
Okay, understood. Griskull takes the chest with probably much more ease.
All right.
Yes.
Where are you headed?
Bremeraldi, I guess.
Emeraldy.
As we're walking, I would like to see what the orders are.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Griskull pulls out the envelope, hands it to
The
Rhea.
walking order is as follows. This way.
I open as we walk.
So, reading through the orders, describe that your group is to help oversee security for the upcoming events here in town, which you can only assume to mean the celebration that I have lost the name of in my mind at this moment.
I have it written down. Wandering Star.
The Wandering Star.
I will be back.
Yes, Festival of the Wandering Star. You're to oversee security preparations. Kicking off the beginning of that festival this weekend is a performance by Vela Breeze, who has requested increased security during the performance, of which you are to meet with her and provide.
Okay. I think that like before she like actually like says anything to everybody else, she like just does like a quick skim over, and then she just like folds it back up and she says, "I think I'm too concussed for this," and I hand it back to Griskull.
Okay. Griskull reads it now.
The orders say the same thing. And it does, it has an associated address and a meeting scheduled for tomorrow. of what you recognize to be basically the business end of the theater itself, the main theater in the Sierra Harmony Hall School. That you are to go there, identify yourself, and you will get further instructions or requests from them.
Gritko reads this out to everybody.
Ooh.
That does
It's
not
one
noise.
order or two.
What do you say?
It's one order or two orders.
Do you
Same.
would same order. We all do same thing. We all go together. We are stand. We are
The
protect.
orders that were given, there was just one task or two tasks.
Just one task.
Okay. That means that we can do like some deep undercover investigation.
No, we are not doing deep undercover investigation. We are only
I know.
sending.
Wink, wink.
No, I do not think you understand. These are our orders. These are the orders we follow. We do not waver from these orders unless something were to happen, which means we should at our discretion, okay?
Right.
If you go off, you'll be going off alone. If you get yourself into danger, it will be alone.
Right.
I will kill you when nobody is watching.
You're so funny.
Rhea, please let me kill her. Please let me crush
I
her.
remove Gruthkohl's hand from her ball.
Oh
Okay,
my
please
God.
let me crush her with one hand.
Are
Please.
you underneath the influence again? Oh my gosh.
I wish I had that deniability.
Gruthkohl, you can't just say you've been bone dotted every time you want to kill someone.
Look, Lieutenant, it was not my doing. I was bone dotted.
I think you'll buy that.
Seems reasonable. So you make your way towards the Bremeraldi school with the still yet to be unidentified box. And I think we will pause here to take a little break as it is that time. And perhaps Timur has already gone into break mode. So be back in 5 with more dairy frozen confectionaries. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Jolly good. Jolly good.
That's on a bounty.
Cats on a bounty or a dum-dum.
All right.
What? Oh.
So before we go live
could do
again, we
personal
should
skills all over
decide
the place.
what we want to do because it would be really unprofessional to do that immediately after we come back from break and not know what we're doing.
I know what I want to do. I want to go
Yeah,
to the Temple of
we
Palor.
heard about your notes earlier.
Casey, you put us live, didn't you?
No, I would never do that.
Well, I just said what I wanted to do, so.
Welcome back, everybody, for the last time. We're all eating stuff. I hope that you're eating stuff, too. I see somebody made a grilled cheese sandwich. Actually, just a grilled cheese. I don't know if it's a sandwich. That was presumptuous of me. I'm sorry for the last time.
Never say I'm sorry.
You better enjoy it because it's never happening again.
Cool. Yep.
I have
Just
a
grilled the
question.
cheese. Timur does that.
Did
You
we-
make cheese chips, don't you? Or what are they called?
I do, I absolutely. But it's not grilled. It's baked cheese chips.
I have a question for fellow players. Did we mention the undersea creature where we got the Oculus from?
Oh.
Why didn't we do that?
Because it's good not to tell people everything.
But he also mentioned that place where she's from. There was importance there.
Correct.
Who is he?
A guard.
Or they, whatever their gender was. It was unknown.
They transcend gender. Come on.
I'm not gonna assume, but I already
You did just assume.
Yeah.
All right. What would you guys like to do in this very moment with your
We're going to the
characters?
Primarity School to open the chest.
I would like to take care of the. Let's take care of this box.
All right.
What's in the box?
You
Like how
arrive.
you're making like, actually like you're holding it, but Grithgold's had it for like 20 minutes at this point, but it's so heavy for you that you still think you've got it.
All right.
It's like when you lift up something really heavy and your fingers get stuck in that position for a while afterwards.
Never happened to me.
Never happened. Maybe it's just me.
Yeah.
I don't
just
lift
you.
up like
Weak
cardboard
fingers.
boxes that often.
Yeah, that's
Not me
good.
in them.
So you make your way to the Bremeraldi School of Abjuration and Divination, now open for the fall semester remote learning courses, where they just sending you all of the classes. And
You have to scry in.
Yeah, you scry on in, and it's pretty good. Cool. So, evening, you make your way to the front desk with the chest. The clerk there.
Hello. I am Dorngius.
Ha, Dorngios.
I have a chest of unknown origin. I discovered it in a demi-plane created by a fiend.
Did you identify that sucker?
We know the chest itself is not magical, but whatever is inside is very animate. So we would like a secure location to open this up, and maybe some oversight, like a committee or something if possible.
Fresh out of committees tonight. The committee doesn't return to deliberate over random business until
Oh,
the
no.
morning. That's the scheduled time for that. But if you're looking for a safe location, we could probably find a room for you in the archives and lock you in it to keep whatever is inside that chest inside the room. If
Sure, that's a
you-
good idea. If it
Ah,
could damage the
sounds-
archives, I would feel terrible. Those
Yeah.
archives are much more important. We should use that. There's a temple nearby.
Does anybody
auditorium
happen to have
temple.
some spare hit points?
Just know if we open this and there's something like gonna attack us, we're all gonna die.
Well, I might be okay.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. We could take the box and keep it on ice for you. Not sure if a change
I
in
fear
temperature
my
will
own
have
curiosity
any.
may do me in, though. I must know.
All right. Well, room can be arranged. Do you need any adult supervision?
Yes, I asked, and you said there was no committee available.
Right.
Is there a viewing room so I can like watch what's happening but not be in it?
The room will have great viewing of the central table.
Is it a separate viewing room?
No.
Oh, okay, that. I don't know if I want to go in there.
We find that here at Premorality, the academia process is not a spectator sport.
I actually agree with that statement.
Wonderful. Well, you hear some like jangling behind the desk, and he sort of holds out a key that's attached to a big ring and sort of just hands it over the counter towards you. That'll get you into practice room 3.
Yes. The practice annex is this way. All right, let's go.
If we die, will someone come and bring us back to life?
The
they'll
janitor will
likely
be
speak to
around
our
in
corpses,
the
but-
morning. Just try not to die. That's tremendous to fill out.
In the
this
student
one.
handbook, it says that's prohibited.
It is. It is.
So don't do that.
Yeah.
Dying for
Any
a while,
of the
that's a rule.
students
No,
who
no,
have
it's
died
not.
here no longer are allowed to attend classes.
What?
We have a strict no one dead policy on campus.
Hmm.
Ever since that incident with the lemurs.
Not the lemurs. I remember hearing about it.
It was a little excessive.
It was
21 all at once. Just hard to teach. So I hear.
I don't think they ever got all of them back, did they?
No, there was a ritual. I think several of them still live outside the temple next door. You can hear them squawking every once in a while. I think that's the sound they make when they mate.
Look at
It's
these
a sound
Aureus
that
people
we
being
know.
so engaged.
Okay, we'll go now.
All right.
I wish we could have gone like 5 minutes ago. Even 30 seconds.
So you make your way downstairs into the sort of first level of the archives there, place that you have now sort of seen, and you come to a room that looks more like a vault than it does a room of leisure, and the key opens it, and the large sort of metallic door swings open. Doran, you know these doors to be lined with lead, so as to prevent stray magical effects from getting out. You also know that though made of stone, there is a layer of lead around here, all of the walls as well. So they are protected from prying eyes, which can be a blessing and a curse, depending on whether or not you need help inside them.
So who would like to go in and do this while we stay out here?
This is a group effort.
I can go
So
inside.
which two of you would like to go? Let's do this while I stay out
I am feeling pretty healthy.
here. Oh,
I am
Let's go inside.
reasonably-
Let's go.
I'm gonna sink my 4 points of healing hands into myself as well.
Oh, you're holding on to that?
Honestly, I forgot I had inventory now.
All right. In you go into the room. It is not by any means a huge room, about 20 feet by 40 feet. 20 by 20, sorry, not 20 by 40. That would be a large room. With a table in the center that is fairly long. Plenty of space to put the box there. The room otherwise is starkly empty, aside from 2 chairs, and the chest is set on top of the stone table.
Okay, Kadia, I believe what would be called for is that unlocking magic you're so good at.
I told you. I can't do anything.
No, I don't disagree. However,
Okay.
I cannot perform this spell. I am exhausted of all magic today. I can sing you a song, but I doubt it would unlock the door.
You will
Okay,
sing,
Growth
you will
Goal,
sing the
you're-
song.
you can do your unlocking magic with the bashing, I suppose.
Keria, sing me a song. It's not a door, it is a chest with a lock
Open the
on it.
chest.
Thank you.
Can do it, Girthcall.
Okay.
Do it, Girthcall. Come on, Girthcall.
No more singing. No, I need perfect silence now. Girthcall is going
That's it,
to.
though.
Girthcall is going to sort of try and put the lock like flat on the table, if that's possible. I don't know how it. I don't know if it's like a chain in the lock. I don't know if it's like a lock on the front of the chest.
There's these sort of rings that clasp together in the lock, sort of just like a padlock hangs there. It's not like a chain that goes around.
Okay.
There
so
are are like metal banding straps that go all the way around to reinforce it.
So Girthcall's gonna just
Looking
try
at
and
it, it
whack
is
down.
all very heavy duty.
It's okay. Girthcall is also pretty heavy duty. So Girthcall is gonna whack down on the padlock as hard as possible.
All right, go ahead and make an attack roll.
And I'm going to use the Bardic Inspiration. 14.
All right, you slam into it with a glancing blow. Doesn't appear to have any effect. You do notice that there is sort of a score mark across the front of your face, denoting that this is made out of a very hard metal.
I did do a very hard amount of damage, though.
But you didn't hit it. You didn't defeat its armor class.
Okay. Alright, okay. Now I'm with you. It's okay. Girthcall can keep swinging.
All right.
Quick, knock it prone. You'll have advantage.
15.
Again,
We're getting closer, though.
Take a little bit of a chunk out of your axe. You think at
It's
this
not
rate,
an axe, it's a maul.
or your maul, you do think at this rate, you are probably going to start damaging the front face of the maul as you continue.
Okay.
Lock hasn't budged. The chest still seems that you just have the reverberations of hitting something very dense and very hard.
Does anybody else have any kind of ability to get into chest?
I don't have any tools on me, and I mean I can try it.
What's the activity level of the chest at this point?
It is bumping and moving around a little bit more now that it's been struck twice.
Oh, I'm gonna do
I've-
Oh no, it was talking in a language, so it's probably not an animal. Okay. But I mean I can try to pick it with mage hand, but I'm not proficient in tools. But
Mage pick
try
rock.
something.
I
don't know if anybody has anything on them.
I mean, I can try to pick it with a dagger. I'm not
Rattle it
proficient in
through.
lockpicking.
I feel like this is not The ring. Are the rings more or less heavy duty than the lock?
They all appear to be made out of the same kind
Equally
of metal.
heavy duty. Excellent. Can I try a crowbar to like try and?
Do you have a crowbar?
Yes.
Go ahead and make a
Oh.
strength check.
I'm going to
and you're
start
trying
casting
to.
a ritual.
Okay.
It's going to take 10 minutes.
17.
You reef down on it, throwing your body weight behind it. Doesn't budge.
If I looked at this,
You are looking at it.
I know. Sorry, I'm thinking out. I guess I wouldn't know what the key looked like to it because I've got these. I could paint a key, but I don't know if it would be the right key.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I'd really like to see that.
Would probably be very difficult.
It would. But it was a cool idea to think of right now.
What about it? Do you have like some sort of wax or something? Because then you could like stick the wax into the keyhole, like making a mold. Some pottery. people-
Keria,
What?
so what you're thinking of is incredibly good. If only you had the key to make the mold of. Making a mold of lock does not tell you the key. It gave you inside of the lock.
Yeah, I know, which you can make a key out of.
But
No,
to
I
pull it
don't-
out would be really hard.
Do not quite think that this is how you do it, you know?
Well, how do you think they make the keys?
What's Doran doing over there?
Casting my comprehend languages
The
ritual.
ritual will complete.
Okay, now rattle it a bit so I can hear what it's saying.
Or why don't you just say hello? Oh, wait a minute. You're comprehending, not talking. That's fine. It takes me a while sometimes, Doran. I use Mage Hand and kind of knock, just like politely on the box. Shave and a haircut, 2 bits.
The box kind of shakes a little bit, and you can hear some muttering and somewhat crazed voice, which you now start to understand. Does this tell you what language it is? Or?
It does not actually identify the language. You understand the literal meaning of any spoken language. So you understand the meaning. The words themselves remain nonsensical, although if you hear certain languages, they might be easily identified by its sounds or its overarching characters. Like in real life, I don't speak French. I can identify French.
Right. Yeah.
So,
All right. I will say, from given this and your sort of just general intelligence, you identified the language as abyssal, and you hear inside, couldn't have been stolen by somebody better at picking locks.
No idea what you said as the DM to the player, so I'm just gonna be like, I have no idea what it's saying. It's singing, it's rhyming, it's speaking in abyssal. It's likely not altruistic in intent.
Yes. Does sort of rant and rave a little bit. Sometimes the sentences are like, you can understand the literal meaning of them, but it's just like nonsense. You just get like strings of like nouns and like things that just don't make any sense together.
Okay,
You get the impression that whatever
spoon.
Yeah, you get the impression that whatever is inside may not be fully put together mentally.
So
Think someone here knows that language they're talking.
here in the academy, maybe, but it's not something you actually put on your resume. That specific language is, well, it is what it is, right?
Yeah, but someone's got to study it, right?
Well, if there was a crack squad of anti that, yes, I would imagine. But I'm a first year. I don't know whom may. I mean, we could go into the library again and just talk to the masses and see what happens. I bet that blood mage knew something about it. They saved Earth Cove.
Ruth Cole, we've been working together for weeks.
We died together.
4
Multiple
days.
times.
4 days.
It feels like weeks.
Look, just this afternoon when I was given a chance to really get into my own thoughts as a statue, and I was thinking to myself that I should know your names. So I've worked on that. I think I'm doing okay.
I think
Who
we
is
really
this?
enjoyed being a statue.
I don't know who you're saying. You know, what you're
Okay.
doing.
If we wish to open this box, it seems to me like we need to wait exactly 1 day. Or 1 long rest, you know? So that Kadia can get her magic back. And we can open this box.
Well, I do have the keys. We have the room until whatever we're doing is done. So if we'd like to rest here, you can. Dibs on the table.
No.
Okay.
I know it's.
Oh,
Why
we
not?
could
It's like a
sleep
church lock-in.
Can we just get a key again, like tomorrow?
I suppose, but then I might have to risk having you guys converse with whomever's on watch again.
Casey, what time are we meant to meet tomorrow in the morning?
It was non-specific as to a time. You're just supposed to arrive there.
Perfect. You don't have to be any place until whenever.
And right now,
So-
what is the time? Approximately.
7:32.
Okay, great.
I think we should go
Breakfast
eat
or
dinner.
time.
Okay, I
Breakfast
think
for
we go
dinner time.
we go eat dinner, we go to bed. We get
Oh.
here bright and early in the morning. Shh, wait. I'm finished.
Well, okay. I wanted to go to the Temple of Palar. None of you have to go. I'm gonna go by
Paylor.
myself. Whatever.
Why do you wish to go?
No,
'cause
not
that's-
whatever if you're going to go there.
Hey, you
That's where all the-
Palorites!
Hey, you know your great god Palor?
Sorry.
I call him that because he's my pal.
It is somewhat next door, yes.
Well, I wanted to go there because that's where all this is from. And you see, I would like to go talk to his family. I just want them to know how he died and what he died for. I feel like
I think the Aureus Academy is going to do that, though.
I don't think they will.
Katia, no offense, but you do not show the most care to Aldous when he was alive. It is a shame that he died, but it is part of job. His family will not be at the Temple of Palar, only those he worked with.
I know, which I can ask. Hey, I want to pay
It's-
the respects to his family. Where can I find his family?
Maybe paying respects to
There
family
some
come after.
sort of explanation.
Maybe that should come after we finish doing the things we are doing that are very important,
But
in which people's lives are at risk.
He died today. They don't deserve to wait.
They're not going to wait. They're going to be told by the Temple of Palar. You know, the people he worked with, the church he worked for.
Look, you don't
Okay.
have to go.
Well,
I
no,
just
it
said
is.
that
It is.
I
It,
wanna
it
go.
is not that I will be going. It is that I will probably be forced to witness, regardless of whether I go or not, through some kind of long-distance ethereal watching over shoulder.
Well, I'm sorry, but I want them to know what they're what.
Well,
I
they
mean,
will-
what if he has a child? What if he has a wife? What if
hold-
he has
Katia,
multiple
Katia,
children?
Katia,
What if his mother is
Katia.
still alive? She deserves to know, right?
Kadia, we gave the full report to the lieutenant. He will pass on that information. He will decide what is prudent to be told to them or not. Do you think if you were a random civilian, you would want to be told, there is
Yes, I
giant
would!
skeletal dragon flying around? You
I'm not gonna tell them that
you are
part.
crazy.
I'm
Okay,
just
well,
going
what
to
part
tell
are you going to what part are you going to tell him, Kadia?
that he died fighting a fiend.
That he died. You think it will
Yeah.
not be obvious when his body is brought in?
So here's the thing. I think that there's two things. Katie is very sensitive to her own family dying from a fiend. But Katie, I do think you need to trust that the Aureus Academy is going to do this. What we can do is maybe write them a letter and have it delivered to them. I totally understand what you're saying.
But I took
But-
the holy symbol in preparation to
We-
speak with them.
And we can send it, but do
and I
you
tried
really
to
want
stop
the
you doing it.
painful encounter of this?
I
I
don't think the Oris Academy will tell them because first of all they're like,
Why would-
"Alright, we're gonna go
I,
take.
I turn to
Paylor,
Rhea.
blah, blah, blah."
Rhea, if I am to die, please do not let Kadia be the one to tell my family.
Hey,
I just pat Gruthcole on the arm.
there would be a great sadness in the way I perform my words
God.
to them.
Your mime dance of death and respect. Great deal of sadness.
And they would be very angry that you didn't save him because you were there. Are you ready for that?
Look,
How would you?
I
Your parents were with somebody, with some random adventurer, and they
no,
weren't
they were
saved.
alone.
And that person came to tell you that they died. How would you feel around that person?
But at least I would know.
They
They're
are going
gonna
to know
They're
what
gonna
they should be
know.
told. Anything they are not told because it is deemed, probably not a good idea to tell, okay?
Well, I feel like I should have to. I want to know the reason why my parents died. So I feel like they would also
They
want to know.
they
the
are not your
reason.
parents, Kadia. Not everybody is you.
I know, but just have you ever thought, hey, let me put myself in this person's shoes and see what it feels like, or
I
Do you
know?
think that is what you're doing? Do you think you are
Yeah.
putting yourself in their shoes, or you're putting their shoes on you.
I've been in that spot, and I'm just saying I would.
That sounds like it
Here's
could
the
be
thing.
deep.
Katie, I think we can do it, but I don't know if tonight's the night to do it. I think if you just, I think we can do this. We might just need to wait a little while.
Look, Katie, I agree with you, and if you think that you should talk to them, then you should. However, as somebody who has had to be the person who delivers the news that a soldier has died, you don't want to do it. You don't want to be the first person. Trust me on
be
this.
the second person.
You do want it's better.
Yeah.
It is some of the having to be the first person is some of the hardest things that I have ever done.
I think a better way to do it is for us to complete what we're doing, to deal with the Bone Dragon, to deal with the brother, and then to go to them and say, you know, your son or your wife, not your wife, he is a man, your husband, your brother, he died, but he did not die in vain. We have, for in retribution, we have dealt with the other fiends. It is all dealt with. He died for great purpose. It is a much happier conversation.
I like this. Okay, so what I'll do, just in case we die, is I'll write a letter, and I'll wrap it around his necklace, his whatever it is that I'm holding here.
Holy symbol.
Okay? And that way, if I die and someone goes through my belongings, they'll see this and then they'll give it to him. Okay, perfect.
Actually, they'll go to your parents and they'll tell them, and then they'll have to tell other parents.
This is my thinking.
I'm going to find out if I can keep the room for overnight so that you can all get a good level-headed rest behind you, and then we can reconvene in the morning. Yes. So that's what I'm going to do now. Let everyone out or I'll lock you in.
We're going. It's breakfast for dinner time.
I want waffles.
I also want waffles.
So, I'll go to breakfast or dinner.
You, Dorangios, you make your way up with the rest of the party and return the keys, and they say it'll be no trouble to keep the room locked and out of there. And then the attendant there also says, did your friend find you? He was here looking for you not but 2 or 3 minutes ago.
Fantastic. Could you be more specific as to which friend, as I am a socialite and have many?
He said he was an agent of sorts for your party.
An agent of what?
Agent of sorts.
Swords. We have
sorts.
Oh.
Agent of sorts.
Enunciate.
Exact words, sorry.
Anyway, agent of sorts still remains vague. Do you have a prestidigitation image I could see?
No.
Minor illusion, a sketchbook maybe. What do you have?
Unfortunately not. He said that he urgently needed to meet with you about some recent developments.
Yes.
Just for the record, and I turned to the rest of the party, she killed herself.
I will have you know that
Wait.
this remains vague, good sir.
What else do you want to know, man?
Height, weight,
about
race.
This is perhaps tiefling, kind of red skin, fairly well dressed.
Don't trust that man and don't let him in this building ever again. Where'd he go? Which direction?
He left through the main doors.
Excellent.
know
Then
where
if
we
it's only
were?
been a few minutes, let's see if we can't catch him up.
Must we?
Yeah. Must.
Yes, we're all at full. Let's go.
No. Suddenly that room is looking like a better place to sleep.
All right. What would you all like to do?
Oh, if he comes back, say, just missed him. And we're headed to dinner. And I'm not going to tell you where so that we can remain equally as vague. So, excellent.
All right. And away you go.
Let's go to dinner.
Making your way down. through the Tri Markets, past Sierra Harmony Hall, to the wonderful breakfast for dinner establishment, Lysandra's Food Collective. It's a chain, you know. There's one in at least every Decoran city now. Some have several. Chora is bountiful at the start of the chain. It is punctuated by sort of this brilliant, bright red and yellow pageantry of colors, banners, and such. And it's more of a buffet than a restaurant there. And you're ushered in.
Sesame chicken.
There's a whole host of different things. Some of them offer breakfast, some of them not. Their food in genre and range spans almost mischievous variety of meals themed with specific times in which you must eat them. You feel decadently naughty being able to eat the things for the morning meal in the evening, and perhaps things that you would eat at midday also in the evening. You conjecture that perhaps, were you to go here in the morning, they may have afternoon or night fare for which you could consume.
That's just crazy. So, like, you can prepare any meal that we want, any time of the day?
As long as it is presented out before you already.
Oh, wait, it's a buffet. Okay.
That's a buffet. But if you have
Imagine you just explained to someone it's a buffet, and they're just stood before you, and they just start cackling. Buffet food. Katie is gonna kill someone.
So you all may make your own plates, and there is a nice sort of outdoor area in which you can eat that has wonderful lattice work throughout it. There are sort of hanging lanterns with candles. They're all lanterns of different shapes and sizes, and some have different colored glasses on them. So makes a nice sort of almost starlit effect to the whole place. There's some vegetation, some growing and reaching vines that coil over the lattice work in these brightly red and yellow painted sort of arching beams that come up over the top of the whole thing.
You were gonna go there.
And tray in hand, you are able to eat your fill here and have whatever conversations you may need to.
So Balthier Grimm is gonna kill us again.
What do you mean again?
Well, I'll try to kill us again.
Continue.
It was
Yeah.
just an observation.
No, I mean continue to try to kill us again.
Oh, fair enough.
Sorry, like, I had, like, a fit or something.
Some people at the other tables are just sort of like looking over. The table nearest to you sort of gets up. They were sort of nearing being done, but through the manic cackling, they decide that they are finished. And
It's been a really long day, and
That's what you get for going to Lysandra's Food Emporium in the middle of the night.
Collective.
Collective.
This is the Dracoran Denny's.
It's 7:30.
it is evening, and there's a fair bit of people out and around here, and you do notice that there is no sign of your friend, newly made of extra planar nature.
I kind of wasn't expecting it, but I figured we should still keep the date just in case.
Do we have a unexpected arrival with maybe a tiefling? Are we found out?
You
Right in the
can
middle of my meatball.
look around if you would like.
I would like to write my letter
All right,
between my eating.
can easily enough be done.
You're a person who found my dead body.
It's way more sensitive than that, okay?
Dear beloved fellow adventurer who has located my corpse.
Anyway, just to make sure that there's nobody, as a coward,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, as a tactician, I definitely look out for the dangers of the area.
Looking around, there's a fair bit of people, so it would be
Everyone's suspicious. Fireball.
easy enough for somebody to potentially sort of blend in with the crowd, though you know sort of what Balthier Grimm looks like, so it might be potentially harder for him to blend in, as he doesn't necessarily share the same characteristics of most of the predominantly human population here in Vesular. But every time you kind of see a non-human race, you kind of like perk up a little bit, but that subsides a bit as you very quickly identify them as not having red skin and horns.
It's just kind of weird, though, that he would just show up at the school of wizards that are well suited for dealing with him.
I'm curious how he knows we were there.
I
He's
wear
wearing
the robes
revolving
of my
robes.
academy.
Well,
This is a big B right here on the sash,
oh,
and it's ornate.
okay.
It's Brimeraldi's bee.
I
Our
don't really,
mascot, the bee,
you know,
is often a little bee with this.
It's very adorable.
Right, because we need to be all we can be.
And I just think it's odd how he why would he show up just like at the front door?
It's a show of force. He's showing us that he's well acquainted with who we are and where he can find us and possibly hurt us. I personally have grades and classes and et cetera, so I am vested in the academy. So his showing up at the academy is tantamount to a threat. I hold that a bit dear. He knows it. I now know he knows it.
do you think since he represents Breeze, that he's going to be at tomorrow's meeting?
Oh,
That
It's
seems
very
likely.
possible.
that's
Well, I like
Maybe
that
he's
you've
the
put
one
that on the table for the DM too. I mean, it's likely now, suddenly.
I turn to Kadia. If he is there, you do not do anything. You do not make any aggressive action. You do not insult him.
Actually, Grithcall, why?
The reason why is it is not why we are there. We do not have the justification to just attack this man. Hold on. Before you start screaming in air.
Yes,
If
we are
we just
eating.
if we just attack this man who will be identified as Breeze's agent, they will think we are fucking crazy people.
I've
And they will
already
put us in jail.
told them who he was.
Oh, you have told them. Okay, so immediately that means you must attack anybody you see because you have told them they're evil.
I only
I
asked.
didn't say I was ever going to attack him. I
We will.
said that I was going to ruin his reputation, which I will, at some point in time, ruin his reputation.
Okay.
So, Katie, here's the thing. There was a thing that they mentioned about compensation for this, and maybe we play it cool tomorrow. Because I also think he's baiting us by maybe asking the different academies to hire us. That's a possibility too.
It is advantageous for us to be able to see what's going on here. It's advantageous for us to have an excuse to be right in the middle of this festival. It is also advantageous for us not to seem like we're provoking him, because optics are often important.
I am fine with you ruining his reputation, but you do not ruin our reputation.
Precisely. if he attacks us, that's very different from if we attack him.
Rhea
Yes.
and Dorand, passive perception's 14 and up. There is a dragon made of bone perched on top of the roof, sitting in the shadows, looking down on you.
Rhea just like trails off in the middle of the sentence, just staring up in absolute horror.
On top of the what now?
On top of the roof to the building.
Are we not in the building? I'm confused.
There's like an exterior courtyard eating area, and it's sort of
outside. What are we, animals? Savages.
There's a pandemic, Dorand.
And so it just sort of perched up in sort of like a dark sort of shaded section up on top of the roof itself, and it is very keenly looking down at you.
Oh.
We killed its mommy.
We did kill its mommy.
Maybe it bonded to one of you.
I don't think that's
talking about.
Hey, look at my new. This is my new daughter.
This is my new daughter. I'm just like smacking
She's
Ruth Cole's
adopted.
arm.
Oh.
You hear a shout sort of outside, and then as you all kind of turn your attention to there, the side of Lysandra's food collective explodes into a giant ball of fire and wooden splinters, exploding in your general direction as the dragon begins to take flight. I need you all to make dexterity saving throws.
Check, please.
16.
I am quite nimble today.
I'm not 12.
I did slightly below average at 10.
All right. 15 and up saves. Everyone else. So save is half damage. This is a fireball. So here is the damage.
Wait, die right now.
Now we're third level.
Oh, I'm down.
I'm down.
Because
I'm
that might be critical hit point loss.
Yep. Hold on a second.
I took half.
What is it if you... Is it double your hit point?
Double your hit points is insta-dead.
How much
Your
HP
hit
have you
points
got?
at negatives
31.
is what you.
How much HP have you got?
Total? 31.
You're fine.
Currently
18.
18.
Fine.
Yeah, you're not.
You're fine.
You're fine.
Dead.
Because you dipped, what, 12 below? You'd have to dip 30 below.
31 below.
31.
31.
Okay, so I missed it by 1 point. Okay.
No,
you have
you
missed
didn't.
one.
You missed it by
You
like
had 18. You had 18
Oh,
HP.
okay.
You're
Okay.
minus 12.
I'm down.
Great.
I'm also
I
down.
too.
I'm at 3.
All right. As you just see around you, your ears kind of ringing. The entire side of the restaurant has been blown out. It's on fire. There are people on fire, screaming, yelling
Last time.
in two places, yelling, sort of coming from all around you in different places. And I need you all to roll initiative as you see the silhouetted figure of what appears to be a very enraged Balthier Grimm as the dragon sort of swoops up into the sky.
That feels right. Yeah. I am unconscious.
Oh, hang on, the
Wait, hold
order's
on.
not up yet.
Yeah, it's not up. We're rolling on the wrong. Never mind. We will
Don't
roll
worry,
here.
I've got this. I have cantrips.
We are going to Theater of the Mind for at least the beginning part of this. And then maybe we will need to
Oh
go.
no, they're gonna kick me out of the academy if I'm undead.
That's true.
Oh no, they will.
I'll have to become a lich or something. That's weird.
It's all the rage. Oh,
Well, that's exciting. That's just fantastic to see.
is everybody on here?
Yep.
Excellent. Let me just order this by descending just to see who rolled the highest. Oh. It is... Oh, wait, I have one more roll.
The dragon could roll higher.
All right.
His bone niece.
Guess this chicken is no longer undercooked. All right.
As you all put down your shrimp cocktail covered pancakes, so who is? 3 of you are down. All right.
Is it 3? And Ziliana?
So Balthier is probably about 60, 70 feet away from you now. Like far end of this, you can tell he just sort of hurled a fireball basically through the establishment, decimating this national treasure. And he has a spear in one hand that is sort of glowing, like the metallic end of it is red hot, like it's been metal that's just been sitting in a blacksmith's forge. And he slowly begins to walk towards you, just sort of surveying the wreckage, parts of the roof sort of collapsing, falling down around behind him, smoke throughout the whole area, walking in very calmly towards all of you. And you can see nice big toothy grin. Ziliana.
You skipped me.
You're not on the turn order.
I was before. Did you wipe it? Hold on. Let me click it again.
I can add you. I can add a turn. Add turn.
Oh, well, okay. 14.
Right. Gruthcall.
Gruthcall is going to cast Shield of Faith on self.
All right.
Step over to... Who has anything left?
Are you fool?
Pretty much nobody. Gonna give 1 point of Lay on Hands to Ziliana.
Oh, okay.
And Gruthcall will step in front. And that's it.
All right. Ziliana.
Oh, actually, he's coming from this way.
Well, this is not indicative of any sort of spatial...
Well, I want to step in front of like.
Yeah,
the group.
putting yourself between
Yeah.
him and them. Yeah. Ziliana, you are up, coughing, back to consciousness.
All right, I am going to reach over to Rhea and cast Cure Wounds. Oh, fucking hell! All right.
Yeah.
And stand up.
All right. Kadia.
Death saving throw. Oop, that's a fail.
We do have healing potions, y'all.
Do we?
Yeah, we do.
I do not.
I do not have mine.
I do not.
used it.
Rhea, you are up.
Alright, I'm gonna stand up. I am going to use my action to fire up. Where is it?
Don't.
There it is. This Radiant Soul. So, 2 luminous incorporeal wings spring from my back. My eyes begin to glow with pale blue fire, and I step up beside Gruthcall. Me and my 5 hit points. And that was my action. So that is what it is. And she's like hovering, just like I'm not like actually flying up, but like for flavor, she's hovering a little bit above the ground. And I kind of mutter to Gruthcall, we need to get people out of here.
Dorand.
Dorand is under no illusion. We cannot win this fight. We must flee. So we're in a courtyard. Is there a wall?
There are sort of built up from like plants and hedges and stuff, but there are multiple sort of entrances and exits ways out kind of onto the street itself, or back into the building, which is like now on fire, and Balthier's like slowly walking in through the building.
I assume that Emperor Stanmore was in the blast of the fireball.
If he was on you, yes.
He would have been nearby, so
I mean, if he was like perched up above, he would probably have been out. So wherever you were looking around, so he could have been like, up flying around. Yeah,
he could have been, but I didn't state exactly what he was doing. I would assume he would be relatively close by as to keep an eye on the people in the courtyard. So like maybe up 10 feet on a rafter or something.
Yeah,
I don't know, a hanging plant. And if that's the case, even with a saved throw, he's gone for now until I can resummon him. So that being said, I'm not going to take any kind of last stand situation. We need to run and split up. And I yell at it, we need to run and split up. And I'm going to make for an exit because I'm fire. I'm suddenly, and I'm going to run by speed, and then I will, if there's nobody waiting for us out there, like those little darklings, then I'm going to continue to double move with the dash action.
Yeah, looking around, you don't see any minions of any sort here. The dragon has kind of swooped down and landed next to Balthier there, and is sort of pacing forward with him.
Yep. Yeah.
But you don't notice. There are plenty of people out and about. Some are screaming, running various directions, coming through. And as you are headed back, sort of through the crowds, like some people are coming to like look what happened.
Go, run!
You do two people kind of brush by you, and you hear under their breath. You just hear one of them saying, "Not in my city," and they step up, and you see this very sort of brutally almost butchering of the somatic component of a spell, and you see this bolt of force shoot out of one of the townspeople's hands, headed out in the direction of Balthier. So I'm just going to make a few rolls here and then narrate what is going on. All right. Whew, you guys needed that. So, from the pack, or the various crowds, you see most of the people now, as they kind of figure it out, are fleeing, but you see 8 individuals step forward, and all of them begin to basically light up various types of cantrips, shooting them out. Can I get somebody to roll me a d8, please?
I will do it.
Like Kadia, since she is currently dying.
Oh, yeah.
D8?
D8. This is how many of them will hit.
Oh, yeah!
She's
All right.
massive.
Coveted clutch!
All right.
She's so clean.
Ruin your reputation, all right.
Wonderful. So, and this is sort of
People's magic!
an array of various spell effects, some of them more potent and less potent than others. Can you roll me, please, 8d6 damage from this?
Odds? D6.
What are these, Rays of Frost in the world?
Yeah.
Pretty good!
Look at that roll!
And you can see all different sort of damage elemental energies, fire, lightning comes out, cold, poison, slamming him somewhat unexpectedly to him, as several of them sort of come out of the woodwork. These people aren't armored. They don't look like adventurers. They just look like common folk going. As these strike into Balthier, he kind of gets knocked back and forth. But you can tell that those of you still looking at him and kind of trained with this, the effects themselves aren't necessarily landing with full force, as if he is resistant to many types of different damage. He does take a fair bit of damage from it, but definitely not a devastating barrage as you might have expected. All right. As he sort of surveys over the rest of what's going on. A group of 4 of them sort of off to his side are kind of like running in, like they're gonna dogpile on him, and you can see him reach up and remove this sort of glowing bead from his necklace and just sort of toss it over in their direction. You just see this explosion of fire, and you look over and that group of the crowd is incinerated and just all that's left is sort of charred skeletons going as screams continue.
Raise undead, perfect.
Going there, and he continues to pace forward towards you and Gruthkul, and he sort of stops 30 feet away from the 2 of you. You thought you could just murder my sister and go out to dinner.
I mean, she did quite literally murder herself, my man.
Well, we'll see to it that this little evening will be you going to dinner for the last time.
If I was gonna make my last stand, I really just wish it could have been with somebody who had a little bit more cutting dialogue.
All right, and I need one of you to roll a d6 here to see if little Bone Daughter gets her breath weapon back.
Go for it, Holly.
Boniana. Wait, that's terrible.
Holly, just do the opposite of what you do.
Okay.
All right.
It does
There we go.
not.
Good job.
All right, that will do it for their turn. Gruthkul.
So Gruthkul would be playing get in the way, stop everybody else, or let everybody else make their way out. So would step up and start swinging.
All right. Go ahead and make attack if you have attack.
What's he wearing? Like, would I be able to get at a glance?
He looks like he is wearing some form of kind of a fiendish equivalent of scale armor. You also recall from fighting him previously that there is some kind of magical defense that
Regular
he
attack,
has. Yeah.
Only a 9.
9. As you swing in, he just kind of reaches up and catches and like cradles your maul in, and then just throws it away.
Breaks it like hella.
Anything else?
Just quickly double checking to see if this is a bonus action or not. Okay, Gruthkul is going to cast Compelled Duel on him.
All right.
Times.
So what is this? A wisdom saving throw. He's
I have a
not-
feeling his wisdom might be pretty good.
It's actually his lowest stat.
Excellent.
He only has a +1 to it. 12. What is your
Does
DC?
not make it. My DC is 14 at least.
All right.
Oh no, it's 13, but he still doesn't make it.
All right. So he is compelled
12.
to duel you. No, it's 14. It's 13. It's 12.
It's 6.
All right.
It's variable.
He just kind of smiles as he throws your maul off from the strike. So, to fight you want. Ziliana.
I am gonna or rush over to Kadia to try and stabilize her.
All right. This would be a medicine check. Unless you have some other means to do that.
I do not.
It is a success. You managed to kind of put some pressure on an area and tear off a piece of clothing, tie it around her arm where there's a big gash, stabilizing the
And
condition.
then, yeah, I kind of like am in the process of, like when I can on my next move or something like that, like pull her up and prop her so we can run.
All right.
So I'm kind of like in the
She is
preparation to
still unconscious. She's just no longer dying.
right, or carry her and
So you're gonna have a bad day if you expect her to run.
No, yeah.
Come on, Bernie.
All right. Katia, I do believe you are expected to run. Well, but you are stabilized, which is nice. Ria.
Okay. I am gonna go 30 feet up. And as I go, I'm going to be shouting instructions to whatever townsfolk have decided that they've got skin in the game here and they want to fight. Now, this is not something that I, the person, am good at, but it is something that Ria has experience in commanding in a tactical sense in a high pressure environment like this. So she is going to identify like what is the best advice and orders to be giving them, and she's going to yell those out to them.
You there, do the most optimal strategy.
Yes. And
Make a charisma persuasion roll.
Okay.
Also known as a persuasion roll.
13.
All right, noted.
Was that my action?
No.
Okay. Then I am going, so 30 feet up, I am going to then cast Bless. And one of those is going to be on Gruthcall. I guess I'll put one on me, and I will put the last one on a randomly selected commoner. One of the fighting commoners.
But they were incinerated.
4 of
Two
them.
groups.
Oh, I see.
They haven't learned the adventurers do not clump up versus fireball strategy.
Oh, cool. Maybe we should learn.
One thing, that was definitely a thing I yelled to them. Stop standing in a line.
All
So-
right.
Bless, Gruthcall has Bless, I have Bless, some random Shrelmarn Kesh guy has Bless.
I feel different.
Um,
Is this love?
Baby,
And-
don't hurt me.
The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a bonus action to summon my reflection in the air beside me.
Okay.
So we're both 30 feet up. She also has flight, so I presume that she can kind of hover beside me. And that is my turn.
All right. Doran, you are up.
Guess I become painfully aware that nobody else has withdrawn. And I suppose, much to my own chagrin, against my own better judgment, that maybe I should return. But I don't. No, that's fine. I turn around and come back 30 feet back toward the area and asking the DM how far away. I guess I'm 60 feet from the entrance, or that's assuming I was at the entrance when I started.
So did you dash to leave, right?
I did a 60-foot movement last turn.
Okay.
I'm going to return 30 feet. Do I have a line of sight on any specific flying little bug thing or?
I mean, you can see Balthier and you can see the Bone Daughter
what's
next
the range
to,
if I return by 30 feet?
I'd say you're probably in the 40-foot range.
Then I will assume. Yes. All right. So total of the dead is 60 foot. So I will do this. Is the target missing enough his hit points? Wow, to ask me that? I'm gonna click no because I don't think he's
Yes.
missing.
Yeah.
He is. I'm gonna click yes.
All right, wisdom save coming at you. 20.
And then I just keep ringing the bell like a, oh yeah, ding ding ding, nice game.
People are like, oh, free food at Lysandra's. I hear it's a hot sale.
And then I regret everything. Like, this is a mistake. Why are we still here?
All right.
This is excellent question.
Get going.
The town.
I was going. Nobody else left.
The town's folk are up. I need a roll of a d4 to see how many hit, please. 3. All right. So give me 3d6. All right. Pretty good.
12.
Again, he does appear to be resistant to most of the things that they're hurling at him, but the harrying continues from the various folks as some of them come over. Some of the ones who aren't firing off cantrips in Balthier's general direction come over towards you, Ziliana, and are trying to help you and Kadia up out of the way. One of them sort of leaps up heroically on the table. The table sort of snaps in half. He falls down. His shot sort of flies up into the air. It's a little bit of a shit show, but they're doing their best.
He's welcome.
For the last time.
Level
All right.
half. Level half.
Half, level 0.
Well, they have some magic.
We
so
rolled.
Half of 0.
Yeah, we rolled all of our stats. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Excellent. How many hit points? Not 10. Okay, good. Balthier turns
Wait,
to
their
you.
lowest stat is 10? Man.
I know, right?
Turns to you and is going to make you, Gruthkul, two-handed spear attacks against you. Here comes
Spear, that's the optimal melee weapon.
Here comes that. Does a 19 hit you?
Yes.
All right, here comes the red hot spear, stabbing in for 14 points.
Does that count as one chunk of damage or 2 separate chunks of damage? For a concentration.
Types.
It's 2 damage types, but it's the damage from
damage
one thing. Yeah,
application.
so it's not it's just a concentration roll.
Don't forget your
Okay.
D4 if you need it.
I made it.
All right, and then the second spear attack coming in at you, 13.
No.
All right, and the Bone Daughter Dragon Wormling is going to snap up at you and make
I didn't compel Jewel the Dragon. That's not.
make a
I
bite attack
protected
at
you! I protected
There, does a 6 hit you?
No, thank
As
God.
it's sort of it does clamp around, but there aren't actual teeth in that section. You get the sense that perhaps the teeth didn't have time to get put into all parts of its mouth, so just sort of
Does this thing
bone
look like
gums
it's,
on you.
Does this thing look like it's healed up a bit, or is it as beat up as it was previously?
Which thing? The
The
bone
the
daughter?
dragon.
The bone dragon, as you recall, the last thing that you saw was Dima tearing her own heart out and restoring it to
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
a very healthy looking stat. Okay, Gruthkul, you are up.
Has anybody other than Doran moved to leave yet?
It looks like Ziliana has scooped up Kadia and is, correct me if I'm wrong, looking like they're going to go out.
I'm preparing to leave, yes.
But,
Yeah.
has scooped up. Rhea has,
Freeboarding.
yeah, Rhea has joined the frequent flyer lounge 30 feet
Okay.
above you.
I'm going to disengage
All right.
and move back 30 feet. Okay,
All right.
that's it.
So you kind of join around where Dorand is, running past Ziliana and Kadia a few steps. Ziliana, you are up.
I pick
Wait,
up
you're next to
Kadia.
me? Huh? No!
I pick up Kadia and start running, and I start yelling, "I need a medic! I need a medic!" Did Trelmar teach you anything? So, but I
Sorry, there are no healing cantrips, so.
I know, but in
That
game,
would be broken.
She would yell for that, right? You know, I mean,
Makes
anyway.
sense.
So she just starts, and also there's other clerics in this city. It's not just these people.
It is
Anyway.
true.
But I start yelling, "I need a medic! I need a medic!" And
They
and
wouldn't
just
be
like
caught
running
dead
as
here, though.
as fast as I can with Kadia. About 30 feet.
All right. Yep. So, and you are sort of helped by some other people. Acadia, your weekend at burning your way out there. Give me a Constitution saving throw, Acadia. DC is 15.
Constitution saving throw. Oh, that's a 7.
You bite me in the neck.
You opened up her wound.
All right. No, I was just rolling to see if you could regain a little bit of consciousness to have a reap what you sow type moment, but you don't, which is a very Cadia thing to do. Rhea, you are up.
All right, seeing Gruthkul retreat, I will also kind of keep it up, obviously, but we will back up as well. And continue to try to direct the townsfolk.
All right. Some of them begin retreating. Others sort of stand off a bit and spread out, following your commands. All right.
And that's all I'm gonna do.
All right, Doran, you are up.
Wisdom saving throw, pull off the dead.
All right. A wisdom saving throw coming at you. 8.
Oh, well, then it takes 9 necrotic.
9 necrotic going through. You get the sense that that is not one of the things that Balthier is.
I was worried about it because the bone dragon seems awfully necrotic-ish.
Yes.
So it might be a relation there, but
Bone dragon, not Balthier though.
fantastic. And then since Ziliana and Cadia, and Gruthkul have all gotten to where I'm standing, I now take a 30-foot move away from them.
All
They're
right.
like, no! Don't group
You
up!
all
Go
head
away.
off
Group up!
Running
into
with Kate.
the city, running with Cadia. The 4 that are left fighting you, can I get a D4 from them? Somebody
Cadia?
Yeah,
roll a
I got
D4
it.
for me.
I got it.
Sorry.
All right.
Nice.
And a D6, 4d6 for their damages as well. There's another volley of cantrip magic hurls out in that direction. Somebody roll me 4d6. Yeah.
No, that's not even a
Oh,
cantrip, actually.
Thaumaturgy. Prestidigitation.
Chin massage. What?
All right.
gross. Gross.
So,
One,
not the
two,
most
three,
effective
four.
fighting force, as some of them just graze past. He seems to brush them off, and Balthier will advance towards you, Gruthkul, as you have compelled him to fight you, so he's going to continue
True.
to do that. And he is going to make his spear attack against you. Here comes two-handed. 21.
That'll hit.
All right.
Good night.
13 points of damage.
13. Okay, my relentless endurance procs. I'm up at 1 HP.
All right. He will make his second attack against you. All right. Good on remembering a relentless endurance. 16.
Does not hit.
As you kind of stagger back a little bit, he looks up past you, and then you regain your stance, and he, looking like he was ready to throw his spear up at Rhea, and then sort of taking an overhand stab down at you, but missing there. The wormling. Can we
Just
roll?
chill out.
Actually, it will advance alongside him and make a bite attack against you, Gruthkul.
That's not chilling.
18 to hit.
That doesn't hit.
Does not hit. All right. As it snaps in again, you manage to pull back there against it. All right, Gruthkul, what are you doing?
Okay. Options here. Very limited.
Provoke. Don't provoke.
Just making a. Okay. All right.
Go for grapple.
I'm going to use this.
Maybe they're friendly.
Talk your way out of it. Use your words.
I'm gonna use this on Balthier.
Alright, as an action, you choose one creature. Wisdom save. Has disadvantage because he is a fiend. Is frightened, speed reduced to 0.
Wait a minute. Does that say abjure? I like turn around. What?
On success, the creature's speed is halved for 1 minute or until the creature takes any damage. Alright, interesting. Where is the set block? So this is disadvantage wisdom, is that correct?
Disadvantage wisdom.
Wisdom, yes. Alright, rolling. Well, 2 1s.
22.
That'll do
Okay,
it.
so it's frightened, so
Alright.
it has disadvantage on its attack rolls. This guy to hit is +7. So disadvantage. I mean, how far away? Okay, so I can't move. How far away am I from being out of sight of him?
You guys are all sort of fleeing in a straight line, kind of out past
Right.
the square.
Frightened requires line
If-
of sight.
If you sort of take a different route, you could probably maybe get out of sight in about 35 feet of movement.
Great, that's 5 feet more than I have, Casey. Great, thanks.
You can get to half cover in about 30 feet.
Okay, I'll take that. So I'm gonna move out of his range, which will trigger attack of opportunity, but it's
Alright.
preferable to 2 attacks. So he gets 1 at disadvantage.
17.
Does not hit.
All right. So swings again at you.
And 30 feet away, sort of taking half cover in case he chucks his spear at me.
All right. Fair enough. Ziliana, you are up.
Still running with Kadia. I think that she's gonna try. Oh. And who do I know in the city that I'm gonna blindly or try and figure out if there's a I want to cast message, and I want to try and see if I can possibly find Trelmer and Kesh to say your people are fighting a demon and a dragon and they need backup and I need healing.
All right.
I don't know if it lands, but it's kind of my Hail Mary
So
right
that's
now.
Messages. Can you link?
I have to
message?
point in a direction. It's 120 feet.
Okay, so if he is in what 120
Yeah.
feet.
That is a big Hail Mary.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what
Gotta
do I
point in the right direction, and he has to be within 120 feet.
I know.
Of his
So
supply.
have we invented the Trelmar and Cash version of
The donation clause.
what is it? Divine intervention, Trelmarnian intervention.
Yeah.
Can you roll me a D100, please?
Sure, let's do it.
That's generous. D1000 and aiming for 12 and lower would have been.
All right. Away it goes into the ether.
Yep, that's fine. It's just what my tools that I've got.
Don't be an alias. Don't be an alias.
All right. Katia, make another
On the
Constitution saving throw for me.
Constitution. Natural 20.
All right.
Nice.
You begin to regain consciousness. However, you are currently stunned from the damage. However, you sort of are conscious. Your eyes open up. You can't really move or do anything, but you're just sort of like reeling a bit.
And I say that I like see her do this, and I'm like, oh, like, Katie, I've got you. That's all.
Good role playing of stunned. All right, Aria, you are up.
All right. Continuing to retreat.
All right. Flight path, direction. Are you going the same direction as everyone else? You going different directions? You staying high, going low?
I am remaining at height, and so right now, do I have any hint as to where Gruthcole is going?
Gruthcole is likely going the direction that she began running.
Okay, and is that separate? Is that a different direction from the direction everybody else is going?
Everyone else is heading like out, sort of straight away from Trellmarncash, or not Trellmarncash. The other guy.
Was that a Freudian slip?
Isn't that
No, it wasn't.
dangerous? Mwahaha!
Balthier Grimm.
Is that you just keep peeling back masks, but it's the DM underneath every time. It's weird.
No, it's
man.
it's Prince Torn.
Disguised as a man pretending he's another guy.
Yeah, merman. And then, so headed away from Balthier, and then Gruthcole's headed sort of like at a right angle into like alleys out the other way.
Okay. I will. I'm gonna stay up and head in the same general direction as Gruthcole.
All right.
And shout to people to retreat.
Flying Overwatch. All right. Dorand.
Doran has moved 30 feet away, and was 30 feet away originally. So I'm at the 60-foot mark from where...
Yeah.
Actually, no, it then proceeded to go where Gruthcole was. So I'm still within 30. I will continue this.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
So you can dart
I'm
like
aware
out of line of sight and such. There are alleys and roads and various
I very much
places
intend to
you
do
can
that exactly right now. However, am I aware of its of his frightened condition? Is this something that is obvious and I wouldn't do a damaging spell to break it? Or would I know? Like, I do know as a player, that would be terrible for me to roll.
You already know that I compel.
I know he's
Yeah, you did watch. I think you watched the Abjure thing go off.
Yeah.
I was aware of see it, but so
Yeah.
I know that he's frightened, right? Okay, then I will change up my tactic and hit. Oh no, the other one's flying, right? Nope, I can't bonfire that one then. Sure. Okay, double move. I will double move into the
All right.
city and try to weave my way around and through stores and into somebody's laundry room.
All right. Yeah, easy enough to sort of get out of sight and tuck yourself in a way. The various townsfolk, seeing you guys scatter out into the street, begin to scatter themselves. They are all running off in that direction. And Gruthcole, just as you're sort of reaching the edge of the corner, you see Balthier's hand light up with fire, and he turns to fire a blast of fire over in your direction. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
No.
Casey, I can't make a new character without knowing if I'm dead or not.
Actually, that's not true at all, Beth, and I know you know it.
No, I can't. I am contractually not allowed. You don't have a contract with Roll20?
So we will have some cover covered shots at disadvantage with Fire Ray coming at you. First thing next time.
Oof.
Good
Yes,
session,
a
folks.
cliffhanger indeed.
Bet you wish you slept in the vault.
I do wish we slept in the vault. God damn it.
I was perfectly willing to, but I was convincing Kadia to do it would be impossible. So
It would have been. You're right.
Hindsight.
I'm not sleeping on the floor.
The only thing
Hindsight
that kept me
2020.
Sleeping there was like, well, Katie's going to be talking the whole time, so I'm not going to do it.
Cool. Well, if you pick fights, you're gonna get fights.
But now he's shown himself to the rest of the city, so his reputation is ruined. Success!
I'd say his reputation is currently preceding him in a giant ball of fire right now.
His reputation's ruined. He's only a much feared man with a dragon that makes deals with fiends now. Ruined.
Yes, he cannot have empire control, right? Like they're gonna be like, oh no, he can't be a part of us anymore.
Yeah, you get the general sense that he is not gonna just slip back into being a member of organized society, but you also get the general sense that at the moment he doesn't care. Cool. Well, I thought that one all went very rationally.
Shut up.
Just for the record, she did quite literally kill herself. She pulled out her own heart, and admittedly, we would have killed her if she hadn't.
But
I feel like it's important to note that we did not kill her explicitly.
We're even anyway. He killed Stanmore.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, even.
So
A
that's
sister
even
is
Steven.
basically the
From-
same as a bird.
From
Well,
just total hit points, it's not. He'd have to kill Stanmore 20-something more times.
No. We're not talking about hit points. That's meta.
We're talking
That's
about
so
emotional.
meta.
We're talking about in a life.
And Doran loved that bird.
And Emperor Stanmore was much more sane. So really, I would dare
Well,
say more valuable.
We're not sure.
No, that's
We're
like
not sure.
there's an insanity multiplier though. The more insane you are, the more you multiply how much things love you.
That's not true at all.
It's a real life mechanic. It's modeled after. Yeah. Cool. Well,
loony.
that's going fast and furious. But lucky for you all,
Y'all.
the people are a little bit more capable than they previously were.
And now they're dead.
And now a lot of them are dead. But you guys might be too, depending on your course of action. I do have to say it was probably a good idea to run.
Yes.
Cool. So, thank you all for watching. Thank you, Kevin MacLeod, for the wonderful music. We were listening to Mistake the Getaway there. We had a couple of other tracks for tonight. This one I didn't play, but it's called Dragon and Toast. Maybe we'll start with that one next time. Ancient Rite was played. Thunder Dreams was played. What else? Morgana Rides. What else did we have? Decline. And there's a couple here. Spider Eyes, always a favorite. Night of Chaos, Dark Dance, and where was the other one? Minima. That was the other one I used. So check all those out on Kevin MacLeod's website. Great music. Thank you. Thank you to Roll20 for having us as part of their Spotlight program. Go check out roll20.net for your virtual tabletop needs. Give us a like or a follow or a flike or a flawel. An Ikalo. We do have 2 Ikalos. Johnny5003 has followed. Johnny5003. Maybe that's what it is. No disassemble. And La Gitana 505. Also, thank you guys for the follows there as well. Thank you all folks in the chat, regular faces and newcomers alike. We stream Monday nights at 7:30 Eastern time And we also stream on Thursday nights, which a campaign from Timor called Lions and Crows at 7:30. And guess where we just went in that campaign?
Busted into hell.
Straight into hell. So if you want to see us run around in hell or just immediately die, which is possible, we are very clumped. Check that out Thursday. And
Make 2 new characters. Damn it.
Wah, wah, wah. Cool. Am I missing anything?
Oh.
Cool. Missing a few too many attacks from Balthier Grimm.
For the last time.
For the last time. Excellent.
Polly.
He was super nice just to try to use melee against you when the implication was he could have just used the spells he was holding up to.
Well, sometimes you're under the impression that people killed your sister, even though, again, explicitly we did not kill the sister.
You guys should have tried to talk and reason this out. I'm sure he would have understood. We just broke into her pocket dimension, tried to kill her child, hit her a few times, though we didn't deal the killing blow.
You're like a matador that's trying to talk to the bull. Well, clearly I'm not holding the red cape, but it's charging you. You're like,
I'll stab this into you, but I didn't kill you with that, so you shouldn't be mad at me.
Officer, I didn't kill him. It was the blood loss.
Cool. Well, my default microphone is changed.
that happens.
For the last time. All right.
It's a lot louder.
Cool.
It was so great when you put that in there.
All right. Well, anyone got anything else for us?
No. Nobody
Well,
does.
until next time.
For the last time.
For the last time.
For the next time.
That's,
For the Emperor.
It could be so true.
the
though,
Emperor.
for the
See
last.
you on Thursday.
Bye.
Toodles for poodles.